Against the Grain Sports Podcast Uncut. And I am your host, Jody Coleman, in the building, man. It's been a little bit of time that we've been away, but I have some great news. And the reason why we were away is I became a grandfather for the first time. My grandson was born. Uh, Adrian Micah Gonzalez is now in the world, 6 pounds, 12 ounces, healthy baby boy. The man had hands like he was ready to quarterback in the NFL, man. But we're back with Against the Grain Sports, man. And I'm sorry that we had to be gone for such a long time, but we're back, man. We got a lot of stuff to cover. We got NBA action. We're gonna talk about some pretenders and some contenders in the NBA. And we'll talk about the hottest matchup that we got going on. The San Antonio Spurs are on the road against the Detroit Pistons. Spurs are second in the Western Conference. The Detroit Pistons are number one. They're still playing without a couple of their guys due to fight, but they are still playing fantastic basketball. Two young studs, Caden Cunningham is up for the MVP. He's playing magnificent. Wemby, if he doesn't have any more games missed, he will be back. He will be there for the MVP as well. We got a lot going on. We got my man and my nephew, the voice of the youth in the building, and we got my man Jarrell Solo on Sports Glenn all the way from San Antonio, Texas. Man, how you doing, my guy?
What's going on, Grandpa? How's everything going in your neck of the woods, man? Y'all freezing up there?
Hey, man, I'm excited, man. Yeah, it's a little cold, a little bit of snow, but I mean it's all good. I'm just really excited, man, to be a grandfather, man. I'll be able to have my grandson teach him up the way he needs to be taught when it comes to sports and about life, man. Adrian Micah Gonzalez is here, man. Healthy baby boy, Donald's cousin, 6 pounds, 12 ounces, the same size of his mama. My daughter was the same size, 6 pounds and 12 ounces. Crazy work, man. It was
Yes,
19
sir.
inches, man. I'm just happy to be here, man. How you doing, Stole on Sports?
I'm great, man. I want to just say a big shout out to you and your family, man. I'm happy for you, brother. You know, being a grandpa, it's a different kind of love than being a parent. I mean, you still love your kids, but
We got
the
we
grandparent
got
love
Donald.
seems a little
We
bit
got
different.
Donald, the voice of the youth. No doubt. We got Donald. What's good, Donald?
I mean, well, I learned something new. Got a new cousin, but I might be the worst dressed man in America. But it happens.
That is a that is definitely a awful choice of attire. But big shout out to Asia in the building. She said, "Pop on the building, dude. So does it make you a sugar daddy?" I'm definitely a sugar daddy. We got Illy in the building. Say, even good brothers, keep doing your thing. Stay safe, stay blessed. It's good to finally see y'all back, missing in action for a week. Yeah, man, I became a proud grandfather, man. That's why we missed him back and forth to Detroit, man. But we got a great show. We got a great show. So, man, before we even get started, man, talk to me. What's going on there?
Connection.
But we definitely are back. Donald, kind of explain to me what that shirt means right there, man. Why you got that on?
Honestly, I was gonna wear it inside out because that technically means I wore it, right? But I lost a little wager to some guy, man. I don't know. It's just honor my wager. But this is crazy.
That
Oh,
Carolina blue looks
it
good on
don't
you,
even
bro.
look right. So, what do you think about it? Wow.
I don't make Donald. I don't make those kind of bets. I'd rather bet you money than like my family ain't nothing but Cowboy fans. If they beat my team, I am not wearing a Cowboy shirt. I'd rather just pay you money or buy you some food or something. I'm not betting that. You better man than I am.
Hmm.
That's crazy work, man. So you telling me you wouldn't bet me? What's going on?
Not like that. I ain't wearing no
When,
Ohio
when
State stuff, bro. We can
When we
bet
play
money.
y'all again this year, you ain't putting on no Ohio State shirt.
Nah, we'll bet money, bro.
So let's get right into it, man. If we could, man. We're gonna get right into it. So talk to me about this game tonight. Hold on, I'm trying to get situated. I do apologize. There you go. Talk to me about the game of the night so far. So
Two young, up and coming teams. Spurs, I think they're a little bit ahead of the schedule. And Pistons seem like they're right on track for being one of those top teams in the East. This could possibly be a rematch of the finals we had years back. I don't know if both these teams are ready for it yet. I would probably say maybe Detroit's closer than the Spurs because they don't have a juggernaut to go through in the Eastern Conference. But I'm looking forward to this game because this might be the future matchups we have in the NBA in the finals in the future. They played in the finals before, and this time we'll get another one. This time with different players, but I think it's going to be a great game tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
no doubt. Before I go to you, Donald, man, it is some somber news in the WNBA world. Kara Braxton passed away. Not sure about the illness, but she was a WNBA champ, passed away. We want to, send our condolences to that family, and we want to make sure that we recognize that as well. And also, Rondell Moore, the wide receiver from Purdue, he played for Atlanta Falcons, Minnesota Vikings, also passed away this week, and we want to make sure we send our condolences from Against the Grain Sports to those families. I do, can we get a quick moment of silence before we move on? So, like I said, the prayers go out. Donald, man, NBA game of the night, man. Spurs are 40-16 going to roll against the Pistons at 42-13. We do know that the Pistons are still without Beef Stew and a couple other players that was involved in the brawl. I think they still got like one or two more games, but they still have been winning without him. Talk to me about this game right here. Being at home, does this give them an added advantage against the Spurs?
Yeah, home gives them advantage. I think it's a big game. I think they both like on the same trajectory. Like both teams, I don't think they'll make it to the finals this year. I think they both like probably a year of experience, a year away. But it's a good game to stamp your position, Pauls, against each other because y'all are basically in the same spot. Like a young team, promising. Hopefully they do get to some championships down the line. I think they both about a year away. Maybe next year I can see this actually be a matchup, but it should be a real good game tonight.
Oh, yeah. Not to mention, Eagles Philly said, did y'all see the boxing match last night of the GOAT boxer from Flint, Michigan? 18,000 fans were in the house, Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. So once again, she won again. It's going to be difficult to beat this young lady. She talks the talk and walks the walk, but we'll talk about that a little later. In this particular matchup right here, I think this is a statement game if San Antonio can win it because it's cool to win in the Alamo Dome down in San Antonio, but you have to be able to win on the road and beat a very good team with Detroit. Detroit is hard for both of these teams, like Donald just made mention to have not won a playoff series together, then all of a sudden go straight into the NBA Finals. It's not actually never been done, but it's not probable, especially when you still got OKC in Denver. You still got the Knicks on the other side. It's going to be difficult, but this will be a statement game for either one of these teams to win. Detroit got to control home court because they're going to have home court probably throughout the playoffs. So if you win every game at home, that means you're going to have a good chance to win a championship if you win every game at home. And San Antonio Spurs, you got to prove that they can win on the road against a very physical team in Detroit. So tonight I'm gonna go with my Spurs on the road because I believe that Wemby is really starting to heat up. He's healthy. It looked like he's getting stronger. They monitor his minutes, but now they're going to let him, actually be the player that he is. So I got the Spurs tonight. So who did you pick in this game?
I'm gonna go Detroit, the home team in this game, Jody. Like you said, this is gonna be a very good matchup, man. I just think Detroit's a little bit too physical for the Spurs. Spurs are a really good team. I mean, some of the players they've been drafting very well. Not only they get high draft picks, they've been hitting on them for the most part. So, but I'm gonna go Detroit. I think they're a little bit too physical for the Spurs, but I think it's gonna be a great matchup, though.
Donald, who you got in this matchup? Because I know this is one of those games after the All-Star break. They're about to, the NBA is going to go under the radar because, the college basketball is going to be the forefront for about a month. It's almost like we don't even know these guys are playing, which is crazy work. But Donald, who you got in this matchup of two Titans?
I'm gonna take San Antonio tonight. Not saying they better. I just like San Antonio tonight for some reason. I just like San Antonio tonight.
Okay. Young Chris said Pistons have the deepest defensive team in the East and the second in the league behind the Thunder. Cade Cunningham has compelled himself, catapulted himself into the top line guard in the league with the three level scoring, passing, and most importantly, consistent being a main vocal point in his success while having all the star Big Durham with one of the best best point of attack defensive players in Thompson, giving them the Pistons tonight to make another big statement game. That's a good stuff right there. But speaking of that, guys, let's talk about some of these things that's going on. And we're going to have a little segment right here, man, because it's about to be that time. NBA pretenders or contenders. I'm going to give y'all a couple of teams, and y'all let me know, guys, and everybody out there are these teams. I got 4 teams. We're going to every day or every couple of days, we'll put some new teams up there that can be contenders or pretenders. And the first one, we just talked about the Detroit Pistons. Donald, voice of you, the Pistons are 42-13 at home against the Spurs tonight. Is Detroit a legitimate championship caliber team?
I'm gonna say they're a year away. So I don't want to become a flat-out pretender, but I think they're a year away. So I wouldn't say contender as of right now.
Where do you think the Detroit Pistons can finish in the Eastern Conference with Tatum being out, with some of the other teams do injuries, with Giannis out and Halliburton out? This would be the year you think they would be able to make their run, right?
Nah, I just think they're a year. It's a couple teams I feel like are better than them in the playoff series. I think they go to the second round, maybe even the conference finals. But I still think the Celtics will probably beat them. I think the Knicks will beat them. And I honestly think the Sixers are going to go to the NBA Finals this year.
Yeah, you did. You did make mention of that. Solo Sports, what do you think about this, man? You got the guy, like you look like you the guy from the bank, the real intelligent guy from the bank with the glasses on right now, man. Looking real intelligent over there. But no, what do you think about the Detroit Pistons? Are they a contender or a pretender? We know they got the best record in the East, but do you think they can make a real true run for the championship?
Yeah, because I don't think any of these teams in the Eastern Conference really scare me. I mean, you got the Knicks. The Knicks, they got more experience than these teams that's left. I mean, Celtics don't have Tatum. So I think that's going to be maybe their downfall. If he comes back, he's not going to be 100%. There's no way in hell. He might mess the team up by coming back at this point and mess up the chemistry, the minutes they're playing right now. And Cleveland's still trying to figure out who they are because they just picked up James Harden. And Philly, they got a nice young roster as well. Also, and who's to know if Embiid's going to be healthy? You don't know. That team's nice, but Embiid, I don't know if you can really trust him. So it wouldn't shock me at all if Detroit made a run to the championship this year.
Okay, Eagles Philly said, I know my Sixers ain't going nowhere this year, but last night game, and we needed that game. We lost 4 games straight. Tyrese Maxey and VJ Hescom could be one of the serious, scary backcourts in the future. Very true. King Minks in the building. What's up, my guy? King Minks in the building all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. He said Detroit reminds me of the Buffalo Bills this year. That's crazy work. Why you always gotta say shit? Like he always get on here. He always be picking fun at people. I'm just fucking with you. But I think if Detroit is going to make a run, it has to be this year. You got to look at what they're up against. They got the Knicks with a first-year head coach. Nobody's putting that in perspective. Mike Brown has not. He's been to the finals, but Mike Brown has not gotten over the hump and won one. So you know how it is. It's very difficult for a first-year head coach to win the championship. You don't have Halliburton in Indiana, so that makes the Indiana Pacers won't even make the playoffs. You got Giannis who's hurt. The Milwaukee Bucks won't make the playoffs. You got like you said, the Cleveland Cavaliers right now. We don't know what they're going to do. James Harden might play great in the regular season, but what he's going to do in the playoffs. So I think if any year that this team is going to make a run in Toronto, we don't know what Toronto is right now for real. Even though they're 34-21, guys, Toronto Raptors up there with a lot of dick up there in Toronto. I think that's what's getting them over, having a lot of dick up in Toronto, man.
Oh shit.
Dick grew some inches in the offseason. And we're talking about Grady Dick for anybody out there that think that we're being perverted. Grady Dick has really been an added addition. He always seemed to find a way to penetrate in the middle.
So you're saying white guys are laying dick now is what you're saying.
Listen, it's sometimes Grady Dick grew. But I'm gonna honestly say, guys, that I really truly believe that Detroit can really be a contender for a championship, not just Eastern Conference. I think they really can be a contender with all the absent players, like in Boston, without having Jason Tatum. And this, if you're going to make it run, it better be this year. And it's going to be a lot of trades in offseason. So I would say that the Pistons are a contender. Eagles Philly said the New York Knicks don't want to play the Detroit Pistons. They beat them 3 games plus by 84 or is 86. They didn't beat them in 3 games. King Ming said Detroit can make a run in the playoffs with Cade. I just feel like they're 1 year away, like Donald said.
I agree with that. Something about them Detroit Pistons, and they beat the Rockets, but something about them Twins. Jalen Brunson cannot score a bucket on them. Either one of them.
Very true. Let's go. We're going to stay in the Eastern Conference. I told you we're going to pick 2 teams, and let's talk about the Knicks on sports. We got the Knicks at 37-21. And when you say the Knicks 3 times, you're probably going to see Jay Kane and Chef pop up somewhere out of nowhere. I think he can hear anything we talk about the Knicks, but the Knicks have a first-year head coach, but the 37-21, they're trying to work on their roster. They keep putting guys in the lineup. They got Cat, they got Hart. You got all these different. Mikal Bridges have not been playing up to expectations, man. What do you think the Knicks can do? Are they a pretender or contender?
They're definitely a contender. They're one of the 3 or 4 teams in the East that can come out and make their way to the championship. Jalen Brunson, if he can keep those ankles healthy, it seems like he's always having ankle problems. And I like the way they're gelling right now. Cat's not playing soft. That's always been his thing. Hadn't been soft. Cat be real prickly of late. Like when the hair started growing back and he's been playing like that lately. So I like the roster. I think the head coach change might have helped this team out. So I like the Knicks. They can make a run to the championship. They're definitely contenders.
Okay, Donald, what do you think? Knicks contender or pretender?
If you take the name off the front of the jersey, contender. Because I feel like they actually have a team to do it. I just don't believe the Knicks or the Cowboys can win a championship in my lifetime.
Damn.
I really feel like they got a team. I think the Knicks have a team to do it. I just don't. Just something about the Knicks. I don't know if they're just not meant to, or I don't know. So I'm gonna say contender without the name on the front because they do have a team to do it.
Listen, man. I know. Sorry about this. I am going to go against the grain and say no. They are not a contender. I think they're a pretender. And the reason being, I think that they were not aggressive enough for me in the trade deadline to go get some players that could have put them over the hump. They got a lot of pieces they could have moved. They could have moved Anunoby, maybe Mikal Bridges. They should have really made a real strong run if it wasn't for Giannis, but they should have went after somebody at the trade deadline that could have moved the needle because I don't like the fact that Jalen Brunson doesn't get enough credit for being an MVP. They talk about everybody else being an MVP, but Jalen Brunson's name, for some odd reason, does not come out of anybody's mouth when we're talking MVP. But I think that they need a secondary, or I'm going to say third, because I think Cat is the secondary scorer, but he's so inconsistent on when he's going to step up and play in big games, even though Cat has been the back-to-back Western Conference and Eastern Conference championship, round. So I'm going to go with the Knicks because they got a first-year head coach and they wasn't aggressive enough in their before the trade deadline. I'm going to say they are a pretender as of right now. Hey, Knicks, prove me wrong. King Ming said, Shaq, keep it real with Cat. He said the Dicks in my Charles Barkley voice don't come that way. go through the playoffs, yo. That's crazy work. But let's keep it moving on, guys. Let's go to the Western Conference and everybody's favorite, the Los Angeles Lakers. Donald, 34-12. Man, got King James on this roster. They got 3 guys that can score over 20 points a game. LA Lakers, are they a contender or a pretender?
A pretender in the worst way. They first round exit. Pretender. They don't have a team. Their team is real live garbage. The way it's constructed, the way it's put together, you can't they can't play 2 sides of the ball. So therefore, you're either gonna play offense or defense. And they don't have anybody like intermediate who could play a little bit of both. You got your 3 best players. You got your 3 best players who ain't even gonna try to guard nobody. But if you want to take one of them off the floor, you got to put Vanderbilt or Marcus Smart in the game, and that's just crazy to put because they can't shoot the ball at all. So the biggest pretenders I done seen, Lakers pretenders all the way.
Okay, no doubt. We got Michael, the people champ, in the building. I bet he was watching his UNC team. They're faced up against Louisville right now. What's going on? How you feeling, my guy?
Hey, man, I can only give you a short time, but I'm going to give you some time. And I see that my young compadre here is living up to his end of the bargain, and that blue looks so good on him.
No doubt. We're going to get to you in a moment about this Laker question. Big shout out to our man, Lester Johnson, in the building, man. Big dog. He said Detroit Pistons, dog. We know you Detroit through and through. What up, though? Hey, Soul on Sport, talk to me. LA Lakers, man, 34-22. Are they a contender or a pretender as of right now?
Well, this is not 1971. You got too many Caucasians on their roster. They have the worst perimeter defense in the NBA.
Ever.
Luka's a great offensive player. Then they add in Reeves. Reeves don't play no defense. And LeBron, he's old. No, they don't have what it takes to win a championship. I don't know about first round, but they definitely not making a run to the finals this year.
No doubt. Michael, the people, Sam Perry, what do you think about the Lakers' chances? Are they a contender or a pretender as of right now?
And Motown had a song called The Great Pretender. And that's exactly what these guys are. There is no way, no how that this team constructed the way that it is with 5 white guys and LeBron in the modern day of basketball is going to do anything in the playoffs. They can't defend. Everybody's open. Throw me the ball. I'm open. Pat Riley Knight can't save you. There's nothing that can help this team. They are pretenders. They're regular season champs. They're going to win enough games because the refs are going to allow for that. The load management is going to allow for that. But in the playoffs, I got them going home in the first round. First round, not second, none of that. First round, going home. Pretenders.
No doubt. My man Paul from the Extra Point, he said, what's up, fellas? He said that the Lakers are pretenders, and we got our young fella, and he's one of our constituents of Against the Grain Sports, man. Young Chris in the building, man. How you feeling, my guy?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good.
So I'm going to go right to you. Lakers, 34-22. You heard your dad. You heard Donald. You heard Mike. Lakers, are they a contender or a pretender as of right now?
As of right now, it's a good mixture of both because I think they have two of the best playoff performers of all time, Luka Doncic and LeBron James. But of course, it seems like the downfall of the Lakers for the past couple of years has been the role players. They can't depend on Austin Reeves in the playoffs. I don't think so. They don't have a lot of good point of attack defenders. Jared Vanderbilt, Marcus Smart, those are the two best defenders, but both of them are incapable of shooting on a consistent basis. And the big man, Jackson Hayes and DeAndre Ayton is not going to get it done in playoff time. Whenever you go against teams like the Spurs, Thunder, like doing a lot of different stuff to confuse Simmons when it comes to pick and roll situations. So I don't think that the Lakers are contenders right now. If they can get one really good defender that can contribute on the offensive end also, then the Lakers could turn a new page. But as of right now, no.
Well, where would they get a new defender from?
I mean, of course, that can happen now because the trade deadline passed. But next year, anything can happen. You know, we don't know if LeBron's going to stay or retire. We don't know. But as of right now, the Lakers are not contenders.
Right. Lester said the people, Champy, give you a shout out. King Mink said, as a Lakers fan, they are pretenders. First round exit. Wouldn't be shocked if they go to the second round. Whew. Much as I thought that this Laker team could have really had competed, but they're one of the biggest pretenders in the NBA right now as they're constructed, and that I don't see anybody stepping up. I don't really question their defense like everybody else is questioning because really there's no great defensive teams in the league. There may be a handful, maybe Oklahoma City, but even those guys giving up over 100+ points. So I think a good offense is going to beat a good defense any day of the year. And Luka Doncic is still leading the NBA in scoring, I do believe. So you don't know when that guy can erupt, because when you look back a couple years ago when he took the Dallas Mavericks to the finals, you look at that. I think he has a better roster right here with the Lakers than he did with the with that Dallas team. But once again, I think they're pretenders for the simple fact that I'm not going to go with you guys, but I think the worst thing that happened to the Lakers when they tried to trade Connect and it didn't happen. We have not seen a Connect sighting. I know y'all say there's a lot of Caucasians on that team, but that was one of the guys I would have thought if they would have never tried to trade that kid and let him grow with this roster, I think he would have been adding about 12, 13 points a game. But when they said that he was going to be traded, that's what hurt him the worst, man. So I got them as pretenders. Go ahead, Mike.
I just want for our young guys, this Lakers team actually looks like the 1985 Celtics team when it was 4 white guys and the Chief. I know that's a little bit before your time, and Donald, I know you don't think that anybody could play before
They had Dennis Johnson though, Mike.
Yeah, don't forget about DJ. I know he was
Man,
light skinned, but he was
DJ was so light skinned with freckles. I mean, I'm gonna round him off to the closest white guy. So they had 4 white guys and the Chief out there, and that was it. And the Chief was the enforcer, Donald.
Did they win the championship? Did they win the championship?
They did. They did.
So what you're admitting to me is a team constructed like that can win a championship, but has no chance right now.
No. In the 80s, they could win a championship when the game was about physicality and this and that. This is about nothing. There's no defense. Nobody plays anything. White guys have no chance to defend anybody.
Your offense is going to beat your defense. If the team is constructed exactly the same, they have a chance to win a championship then and a chance to do nothing now.
Because the rules change.
I want to go around the horn before we get off the Lakers. I'm gonna go around the horn. I'm gonna start with Solo on Sports. LeBron James they showed him post game after they just got their ass beat by the Celtics. They got embarrassed by the Celtics. One of their guys, Pritchard, made one of the guys fall. I don't know who that was. But this is the thing. LeBron James was advocating for Jaylen Brown to get more MVP hype. But you don't give any credit to your own player, Luka Doncic, who was leading the lead in points. He averaged more assists. He averaged more rebounds. But you're over here advocating for another guy in Jaylen Brown, saying it's a popularity contest. So what do you think about that, man?
He don't like Luka. Luka's the new guy that's taking his spot. I mean, you can say what you want. He don't want. He's on face value. He's not going to come out and say he don't want Luka to be great in LA, but he don't want that because I don't think LeBron won an MVP since he's been with the Lakers. So no, he's probably going to say things like that, little jabs here and there. But he's right though. Jaylen Brown does deserve some MVP talk. No one talking about it, but he deserves it.
He getting more talk than Luka Doncic.
Well, if Luka stop playing half court basketball, maybe that's get.
Man, we done seen a million fucking MVPs that couldn't play defense. So I don't think that should be a consideration. Because James Harden didn't play none. Michael, the people champ, man. What do you think about this? Your boy Jaylen Brown is getting a shout out from a LeBron James after just getting their ass whooped though. They just got their fucking ass whooped. Talk to me, Mike.
As a little kid, you know how when you get in trouble and you kind of popping off before the ass whooping, and then after the ass whooping, you're like, yeah, mama, you was right. I'm sorry. And that's what this is. I have been at the mountaintop preaching of Jaylen Brown, almost like Noah and the flood. And no one will listen to me. I get all the hate. All the hate comes my way. And finally, the Soul on Sports, the LeBron James, and everybody starting to come into my flock. And you too shall do the same, Jody Coleman. When Jaylen Brown wins this MVP, this will be just the same way as we saw in football with Sam Darnold winning the Super Bowl. You're going to have to come and see me, and I'll have a T-shirt for you this time.
It's really funny you say that because even with this great season that Jaylen Brown is doing, he still hasn't topped what Jason Tatum did. He had to share shots. But I get what you say. Young Chris.
Don't give me that.
I'm just saying, if you don't have to share shots, I'm not taking anything away from Jaylen Brown. But he's still not putting up better numbers than Jason Tatum, and he had to share shots.
Tell Tatum to come on for the rest of this ride. Just
okay, no.
Get
he already won the
to come on.
He already been a 5-time first-team All-NBA. Young Chris, man, what do you think about this LeBron James shouting out Jaylen Brown over his own teammate?
I think there's nothing wrong with it. Now I understand Pops, he said that he don't like Luka Doncic. I don't think that's true. Luka is getting recognition when it comes to MVP. He's number 3 right now, if I'm not mistaken, in the rankings. Jaylen Brown, I know Jaylen Brown's top 10. He's, I think, 6 or 7 right now. But as we speak, man, I do think that Jaylen Brown, he's overachieving with the Celtics because no one expected the Celtics to be a top 4 seed right now.
No.
But the way that the Celtics are playing right now is great because they don't have a star-studded roster. They still have a lot of good role players. They just traded for Vucevic during the trade deadline. Jaylen Brown, of course, Pritchard. They have a really good mixture of role players, and if they get high in the playoffs, you never know. They might go to the conference finals, which could be a possibility with how open the East is this year. But I see no problem with LeBron shouting out one of his peers in the league right now. It's no problem with that.
Okay. King Ming said, did you see LeBron James pull the flop of the year when he felt like he got hit? Listen, man, I seen him airball 2 layups in the last month. He have airballed 2 damn layups in the last month. I don't know. I love LeBron. But anyway, Donald, what do you think about LeBron shouting out somebody that is not on this team? And I believe that Luka Doncic is still having a better season than Jaylen Brown.
If he believes that, then he should be allowed to say it. If I think he should be the MVP, maybe he thinks that I'm doing a lot to help Luka, and Jaylen Brown's doing it on his own. So Jaylen Brown just might be more of an MVP factor. I feel like he should be able to say whatever you want to say. I don't think it's wrong. And if he just shouts out Luka Doncic and really don't believe it, are we forcing him to be fake? I mean, I guess that's what everybody wants. I mean, I don't think it's no difference after him getting beat. I mean, it's the same thing. He's just saying, hey, we just got our ass kicked by the Boston Celtics. So it's no difference. And when the timing gonna happens, it happens.
I'm gonna go against the grain, man. It normally does, man. I think that it's a big problem in Laker land. I'm not gonna shout out, even though me and Mike get into it. I'm not gonna shout out anybody over Mike on any other goddamn show. I'm not shouting out nobody. I'm not saying that they're not good, but I'm not shouting nobody over Soul. I'm not shouting nobody over Donald, Chris, Ray, Jay Kane, Andrew, any of the guys, Lester. I'm not shouting nobody out over my guys when we're in the thick of things and I play right next to this motherfucker. I mean, I'd rather you just not say anything goddamn at all. Like, I understand Jaylen Brown is playing fantastic. Nobody is not saying he's not playing fantastic. But so is Luka Doncic. God damn, what is Luka? Okay, he's playing better on defense. Y'all watching the other night get the steal against the Clippers. He's getting back transitional a lot because he's lost that weight. He's moving his feet on defense. Is he ever going to be a stopper? No, he's never going to be a fucking stopper. But he's at least getting in somebody's way for your own teammate. And you're 12 games over 500, so he can legitimately win a fucking MVP. And you ain't getting an endorsement by your own player. Nah.
So, but Jody, one thing I gotta say. Hold on, John. One thing I gotta say is that when they show these clips of the comment he made, did the reporter ask him?
That's what I was going to say.
Jaylen Brown deserves MVP votes. You know what I mean? How was it? How was it questioned? Did they ask him that question? That's what I want.
That's what I was going to add. They asked him about Jaylen Brown just like a couple nights ago. They specifically asked him about Kawhi Leonard. So maybe he should be like, how's Jaylen Brown? Oh, fuck them. What about Luka Doncic? You got to answer the questions you're asked.
I get that. I'm gonna let young Chris. I know I know Mike want to say something. This is my problem. I get what you said, and just like let's say, said no homo. You're right, Jody. Always compliment your teammates over a peer, and that's my. I don't give a fuck what they ask about Jaylen. I just got my ass whooped by them. You supposed to hate the fucking Celtics. I mean, do some gamemanship a little bit. Go ahead, Chris.
I'm about to say there was nothing wrong with LeBron did. Simple as that. I got nothing to say. You continue, Jody. I got nothing to say.
Mike.
2 things can be true at once. Jody, I actually agree with you. I want everybody to hear what the fuck I'm saying.
Whoa.
Oh, time out.
What's in that cup?
Right. What are you drinking? I know this is some bullshit.
This ain't normal.
You know, this right here is the last bit of cane juice that I have. So I know y'all don't want to talk about that. So let's stay on topic.
Stay on top. Go ahead.
But I think Jody's right. When you're on a team, you don't want to hear your teammate glorifying somebody else, this, that, or other. We all know that. We all been in sports. Now, if they ask him a more specific question and he's answering a universal question and he's not, putting it up against his teammate per se, then he answered the question and said he deserves more consideration. He didn't say he deserved the MVP. He said he deserved more consideration. So he has to be able to answer the question without criticism of answering the question versus whatnot. But we all know that King Narcissist, Mr. Fake 23 himself, wants all the glorification that he can get and wants to bring all the attention to himself, him and Clutch Ball Sports and all that shit, got their own machine, and they definitely don't want Luka to be the MVP while LeBron is on that team. So with that said, I'm going to get back to the second half of the Heels game, but I was happy to see you guys, and I may be back, but this is too intense. Donald, shut out. You look good.
All right, man. Good seeing you, Mike. I see you in a minute.
Hey, Jody.
Yeah.
Another thing is, we got to think about LeBron's playing the long game, man. LeBron's not really a true Laker. I mean, he's playing there, but he's not a true heart Laker. And LeBron's thinking in a few more years, I'm going to be buying me a team, that expansion team in Vegas. So I might want to get Jaylen Brown on my roster in a couple years. So he might be thinking about that too.
Man, I get that, man.
He a businessman.
I get that, but like young Chris, you went to school with Kingston Flemings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Donald, you played with Daquan Cook. I'm saying these names because y'all played with guys that's going to be on the NBA level. I'm just if that's my partner, I can't go with anything else. I can't say that anybody's better than Saul. I don't give a fuck if it's fake or not. I don't think nobody in my heart of hearts. I don't believe nobody's better than him at what he does. So I can't sit up there. I would hate to get on TV and somebody be like, man, yeah, somebody better than Jody as a host, man. I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. Like who then you need to go fuck with the Lakers. Why don't you get traded to the Celtics then? How about that shit?
LeBron's not loyal. We know that. He bounce around,
we ain't finna do that. No. We ain't finna do that. Hold on. What I don't like is that how Mike just trashed the bomb and got right off, and I was able to. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Listen to this, Chris.
Save it for tomorrow because he right now gonna lose to Louisville. He don't like that.
Oh my gosh. Listen to this, Chris. Mike would rather he don't never agree with Jody. He would rather agree with Jody than agree with Bron. It wasn't surprising that he agreed with him. He only agreed with him because it was against Bron. I learned, Mike, all you got to do is find out what he hates the most, and he'll say anything against it.
and you got Jug Glenn up here saying that LeBron jumps around more than Kardashians. Wow.
That's crazy work.
And LeBron has been on the Lakers for over 8 years, so how is he not a true Laker already? Get this: Jay West, Wilt Chamberlain, and Elgin Baylor. All three of those are Laker legends that have their numbers retired. All of them only won one ring. This is the longest thing. If I'm not mistaken, LeBron James has been on one team. So how is he not a true Laker?
Hold on. I like that, Chris. Hold on. Stay there. I like that, Chris. Okay. So if we're gonna talk about best Lakers of all time, let's go around the horn. So so I'm gonna go with you first. Give me your top 5 Lakers of all time. Is LeBron in it?
Magic, Kobe, Kareem, James Worthy, and the logo.
Okay.
That's my top 5 right there.
Young Chris, what's your top 5 Lakers? Is LeBron in it?
LeBron, see, that's a good question. LeBron might not be in it, but that don't mean he's not a true Laker. But my top 5 would be Kobe, Kareem, Magic, Shaq.
Oh, I forgot about Shaq.
But I can see why you forgot about it.
And I say with it, but LeBron is still a true Laker though, even though he's not in the top 5.
Okay, Donald, give me your top 5 Lakers all time.
I'm gonna go with the consensus. Magic, Kobe, Magic, Kobe, probably Shaq. You got Jerry West, but I don't know how anybody's putting Jerry West over. He's 1-7 in the finals. Last time I checked, that was bad to have a losing record in the finals, but it's great for somebody else. I don't know, but you got probably Jerry West and probably Worthy. Probably Worthy. Well, that's that Kareem. No, Kareem for sure.
So this is me though, guys. Of course I got Kobe because I think Kobe is the second best player of all time. That's just me. So I got Kobe as a top Laker. Never had on any other jersey. Magic never had on any other jersey. You got to think Kareem had on another jersey. Worthy never had on a jersey, so I got Worthy up there for sure because he never wore another Laker jersey. And we talking about Laker. I'm gonna go with Jerry West. I know what you're saying, Donald. I understand that but he did win. This dude won the MVP of the finals and lost. That was crazy work. So I got the logo. The reason why it comes down to Shaq and Kareem. I think Kareem spent more time in a Laker uniform and had more success than what Shaq did. So I would go Kareem. So Shaq would be outside. Elgin Baylor be right outside. But all these guys, no disrespect to what LeBron has done, but all these guys are higher than him. I would also put George Mikan over LeBron as a Laker, even though it was Minneapolis, he was still a Laker. So I would have. So okay, let's ask this one. So do you think LeBron is the top 10 Laker of all time?
I was just gonna ask that.
Borderline, maybe not. If you ask Laker fans, which I am not, they'll probably put Derek Fisher over LeBron James because
And I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? Laker fans are different.
I can see that.
They don't respect LeBron James.
Another question:
They don't respect the game.
Do they put Big Shot Rob in front of LeBron James?
That's what I'm saying.
No.
You can't. No, you can't put Big Shot Rob because he won championships with San Antonio and Detroit. So I wouldn't do that. That's me. But so Donald, would you think about putting guys like Michael Cooper that played over him, Hall of Famer? Would you put him over because he had one? He was Byron Scott.
No, because what I was told. I try to go with what everybody's, because I always say we got to get something we go by. So on this show, we was going by certain guys couldn't be better than some guys because they were sidekicks. So I think that when you're a sidekick, that takes everything away from you being the main guy because you've carried the franchise. Those Michael Coopers and those guys were never the main guys.
But James Worthy was never the main guy.
Right. So, but listen, thank you. Because I always like where, not you, but I'm saying people like to contradict themselves. They'll say certain things, but it doesn't apply for everybody. It only applies against certain people.
Because for real, young Chris, to be honest with you, if we're going with the logic Donald, which I like the logic he's doing, then we really can't put Elgin Baylor on the list because he was a sidekick to Jerry West.
But Elgin Baylor used to average 30-some points in that 1965 MVP race. He was averaging like a 30-point.
I love Elgin Baylor, but what I'm saying is Jerry West was. If we talk a Laker, if you say who better, it's gonna be Jerry West over Elgin Baylor. But you know somebody we not talking about, guys? His name is Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain only played like 7 years with the Lakers.
I was counting him as a warrior. I didn't know how long he played. I was counting him as a warrior, so I wasn't really too sure on that. But I think Wilt is all time great. But I don't know. I don't know how much of he was a Laker than a warrior or whatever the case. And
he won a championship. He won a championship with the Lakers, though.
You've done a lot of winning at your franchise when people say Wilt Chamberlain is the third best center that played for the Lakers. When people will put Kareem and Shaq, and then they would say Wilt Chamberlain. That's crazy.
Or George Mikan, and we can't leave George Mikan in that conversation.
But another thing I would like to add on is that now get this, Lakers are one of one franchise because the Thunder have Nick Collison's jersey number with ties, so that shows how deep the Lakers are. But again, we have to go by when LeBron James got there in 2018, the Lakers were poverty. So let's talk about this. After 2012, the 2016 to 17, after Kobe left, the Lakers did not make the playoffs. They had all these top picks: Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, Lonzo Ball. They couldn't win 40 games at all. LeBron James got the 2018 first year he got hurt against the game against the Warriors. I think it was around Christmas time. 2019, then 2020, they won the championship. Ever since LeBron James got there, I'm not saying it's been nothing but success, but they have made multiple conference finals. They have won an NBA championship. If they have made the playoffs multiple times. So, but another getting kind of off topic. For Jeannie Buss to say in those comments, she said to say that she's kind of tired of people saying LeBron James is a savior for the Lakers. Yes, he is. If it wasn't for LeBron James, the Lakers would be a poverty franchise right now. They would got
somebody else.
And I'm gonna take it a step further than what you're saying, Chris. LeBron James bullied Anthony Davis over there, right? Anthony Davis turned into Luka Doncic. He's still saving the franchise to this day.
What do you think, sir?
That's the Lakers. They would have got somebody else. It would have been LeBron. They always have superstars on their team. The Lakers kind of their fans think they're supposed to win a championship every year. Their team's not set up like that. So then most franchises would be happy if they brought a player in, he won a championship like LeBron. But the Laker fan base, they think LeBron should have won 8 damn championships. That's not good enough for them. That's just the way they think.
Honestly, I don't think they just don't like LeBron. I think people don't understand two different greatness. I think they just like Kobe, and people place Kobe against LeBron so much that they didn't want LeBron to come and succeed because it put him up against Kobe. And a lot of people take Kobe over LeBron.
This is my thing with him. I didn't particularly like the move for him to go to LA because I think he's still be in Cleveland. I think Cleveland could have won a couple championships if he would have stayed. I think they did because I think the worst thing they ever did was when in Cleveland they got rid of Kyrie Irving to get Isaiah Thomas, and Isaiah Thomas was hurt. I think that was the worst thing. I think if they could have LeBron and Kyrie could have worked it out. I think you could have brought some players to Cleveland. That's just my opinion. Did he save the Lakers? I mean, one championship in 8 years, according to what the Lakers are used to. That's why they're not saying LeBron is not good. But if you go back and look, when Magic 5 championships, you got Kobe 5 championships, Shaq got 3 championships. You got Wilt that came in. You got all these guys that came into the fold, won championships. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar winning, I believe, another 5 championships when he got there. I'm just saying, I think Laker fans are used to winning. And I don't know how Laker and Celtic fans are so polar opposite to me. Like the Boston Celtics said, you know what? Let's build our team. The Lakers like, let's trade for somebody. I don't know how these two franchises who have the most championships. I think the Lakers got 18 and Boston got 17, or Boston got 18 and Lakers got 17.
I think it's even now. I think it's even.
They both got too many damn championships.
Yeah,
That's how you know the Lakers, and that's how you know the Lakers got a lot of players, because I do believe that LeBron is the greatest player for 2 different franchises. The Lakers just not one of them.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree
with you,
that.
Donald. I'm with you 100%.
Better than D Wade?
Yeah, he did more than D-Wade whole career while he was there.
Oh,
No, he didn't.
bro, no,
D
we're
Wade
not gonna
did
do
the
that, Donald.
championship by himself.
Yes, Donald. There you go. There you go. D-Wade was overrated. Y'all ain't wait for that talk. D-Wade was overrated. Y'all wait for that talk, though. Y'all ain't wait for that talk. I'll take James Harden over D-Wade.
Listen,
I'll
for
take
sure.
James Harden over
For
D-Wade.
sure. But listen, D-Wade won a championship. I'm going to give him that. D-Wade, they won a championship. D-Wade was never first team All-NBA. He never won an MVP. And LeBron got 2 finals MVPs over him. He done more of great things in a short amount of time than D-Wade did his whole career.
So hold on, wait. I understand he didn't win. The year that D-Wade averaged 30 points a game, D-Wade probably should have been MVP. Let's move that. This dude took a team that the second best fucking player was Shaq, and Shaq was 87 years old. Shaq averaged 16 fucking points a game, and he went and won a championship way before Carmelo, way before LeBron, and way before Chris Bosh. All those guys were in the same draft. You telling me, now I get that it's arguably who's the best Heat of all time. I get that. But to sit up here, young Chris, I am not letting you off. You're going to say you're going to take James Harden over D-Wade? That is blasphemy.
Let's not act like D-Wade didn't get help from the refs in the 06 finals. Let's not go
we can't
past
do
that
that.
too.
We can't.
Look, if you really want to get into detail, we can get into detail about that. We really can. But now get this. Granted, James Harden has had his playoff blenders. He has had his times where he choked, has times where he show up. It's been a good mixture of both, but them times where he don't show up, it looks bad. But let's not act like D-Wade before, let's say, post 2006, from 07 to 2010. What were the Heat doing after that championship? They weren't doing nothing. The Heat will bounce out the first round. They made the playoffs one of them years. The second LeBron James got there, they went straight to championship, lost to the Mavericks, but then after that proceeded to beat the Thunder next year and beat the Spurs in 2013. So whenever LeBron James got there, D-Wade got back on that winning side.
You can't leave. You can't. You can say the same thing about Kobe Bryant. When Shaq left, Kobe didn't do nothing until he got some help. So you can't do it by yourself.
That's true.
That don't get brought up.
Kobe did not do nothing. That's true.
Yeah, Paul Gasol saved Kobe's legacy.
I want to say save. He helped.
We can't do this about D-Wade because you act like, and this is the Tom Brady, the Tampa Bay effect. You telling me, LeBron got the Miami? No, they got Ray Allen, they got Chris Bosh, they got Mike Miller. Come on, man, they did not come in. It was not just LeBron. It was not. And D-Wade. That's why they didn't win the first year, because D-Wade had to say, you know what? LeBron James a better player? Absolutely. Let me take a back seat to him. But Miami, the statue is going to be of D-Wade. D-Wade is the best Miami Heat of all time, in my opinion. No disrespect to LeBron, but D-Wade embodied that team.
Can I just ask why? Like what did he do to make you feel like he's a greater Miami Heat than LeBron James? I mean,
you just said it. How many championships do LeBron James got with the Heat? 2?
Mm-hmm.
How many do D-Wade got?
3.
There it is.
So let me ask you this. How dare you open your mouth to say Mike is the greatest?
What you mean?
He doesn't have the most championships.
It doesn't matter. I said
exactly. It doesn't matter.
This is what I'm saying. D-Wade took a team that was a fucking lottery team, and your second best player averaged 16 points a game. Shaquille O'Neal averaged 16. You had an old ass Gary Payton. You had an old ass Antoine Walker. You had Jason Williams, who was out of the league the next year. Have LeBron ever won it? And LeBron was in the same conference. LeBron was in this and got drafted the same year. So why couldn't LeBron do the same fucking thing?
D-Wade, LeBron James went to the finals with Big Z as a second best player.
He averaged more points a game than Shaq.
He playing with Bron. Bron is that much better than Wade.
Exactly.
No,
Jody, I have a big question for you. Since you're such a D-Wade, supporter.
Yeah.
Do you think D-Wade could have taken that 2018 Cavs team to the finals in that Eastern Conference? Do you think you put prime D-Wade on that team, replaced with LeBron James? You think you take that team to the finals?
So now, are we talking prime D-Wade?
Prime D-Wade, 07, when you say he should have won MVP, do you think he could have took that team to the finals?
I think so. If you got Kyrie Irving next to him, yeah.
No. 2018 when they had Kevin Love, Jordan Clarkson, Kyle Korver, when they got swept against the boys in the finals. They didn't have Kyrie that year. They didn't have Kyrie. 2018?
No.
2018, nope. They did not have Kyrie.
Oh, no. First of all, nobody was beating that fucking team unless you talk about the Lakers of 2000, you talk about the Lakers of 87 or Boston. Nobody's beating that Golden State team. So that's
I'm talking about just getting there. Just getting to the
I think he could have got there. Yeah, I think
Dellavedova was the PG.
No, that was 2015. That was 2015.
Okay, that was 15. Who did they have on 18?
George Hill was a strong point guard. Jordan Clarkson, Kyle Korver, Tristan Thompson. They had a horrible team. So you tell me D-Wade could take that exact same team, beat the Pacers, beat the Raptors, and beat the Celtics.
So they didn't have Kevin. Oh, Chris, they didn't have Kevin Love on that team?
I think Kevin Love was on that team. Yeah, he was. My bad. He was on that team. Kevin Love was. Kyrie Irving was, but Kevin Love wasn't on that team.
I think that was the best LeBron.
D-Rose, he might have been. I know Isaiah Thomas got hurt.
Wasn't D-Wade on that team or something?
Yeah, D-Wade, I think D-Wade might have been on that team too. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's.
I think you guys. I think Jody's just trying to say he's not saying Dwayne Wade's better than LeBron. I think he's saying he's just a better Heat.
Just a better Heat. That's all I'm saying.
That franchise. He's not saying overall that Wade's better than LeBron. That's not what we're saying.
And Jody, that's not.
I'm just placing LeBron's accolades because accolades make you great, right? What you do, you can't be how good is what you do. LeBron's accolades with the Heat are greater than Dwayne Wade's whole career.
But when we look at 2011 finals against the Mavericks, and LeBron let JJ Barrera stop him in the post. So don't talk to me no shit about LeBron.
If you actually
2011 is the only knock on LeBron's career.
If you actually watch the game, it's actually JJ Barrera, just like Alex Caruso guarding Joker. That's just smoke and mirrors. You got one guy up close, and you got four guys in back.
No, Donald.
If you watch the game, don't watch ESPN. Watch the game. You see what's going on.
Donald,
and you can also say that 2013 D Wade got a free championship on one leg, and then the last one, oh God, he was god awful.
But I mean, we're talking about D Wade, who had we seen what he did prior to that, and I'm gonna say that LeBron James is the best Cleveland Cavalier player that we ever seen, and then I would say LeBron James is third best in all time. But when you're looking at as a Heat organization who had to go through all the bullshit that D-Wade had to go through, because Miami, people forget Miami is an expansion team. Cleveland wasn't an expansion team. Miami was an expansion team. They came in the lead, I think 88 or 89, and people, y'all didn't know this, or y'all probably do. They used to be in the Western Conference. So. But yeah, good stuff. Hey, let's stay there. We got one more team on pretender or contender. Donald, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves 35-23. Ant-Man had a tremendous game against the Dallas Mavericks, dropped the 40 ball. But is that enough for them to get back to the Western Conference final and ultimately to the finals?
No, I don't think they have another. They don't have anybody else to get their own shot. You got to have somebody else who can go and get their own bucket outside of Ant. And I just think Rudy Gobert is like 20 years too young, because him being effective isn't you can make him ineffective with the style of the game he is, especially like in the playoffs. You can make him ineffective with the style he plays. He can protect the rim really good. He's a great team defender, but if you're not going to have nobody standing by the rim, he's kind of irrelevant in certain situations.
Okay. So on sports, what do you think? Minnesota are they a pretender or contender 35-23 as of right now?
Well, Ant-Man is taken him to the conference finals twice, I believe, already in his last 3 years. So, yeah, he could do it again. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me.
Okay. What do you think, young Chris?
I don't see why not. They'll be a contender because obviously they have Ant-Man on their team, so they'll always be in the contending part of the NBA. But I want to take kind of consideration what Donald said with Rudy Gobert not being so effective, especially with the way the NBA is played today. Obviously, being so shooting heavy and so 3-point heavy when it comes to the way the offense is run. But I think with Ant-Man and Julius Randle being your top two scorers on the playoff team, I don't see that happening. We've seen Ant-Man be consistent in the playoff series. We haven't seen that from Julius Randle. Rudy Gobert's job is to obviously get rebounds and play really good physical defense down low. And teams would just go away from that. They'll just do everything from 15 feet on out. So the Timberwolves, they might win by 55 games this year, but against the conference finals, I don't see that happening this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this, guys. I believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves are pretenders this particular season. I just think that it's just too much talent at the top with SGA led Oklahoma City, with the emergence of San Antonio. I think those are the two teams that are the cream of the crop, and we can't forget about the Denver Nuggets. When they get Aaron Gordon back, they're going to definitely catapult themselves. It's going to be hard to beat those guys because they're getting major minutes for guys that are replacing Aaron Gordon. Minnesota's a team that you got to give credit to, but you know me, I'm not a big fan of Rudy Gobert even winning Defensive Player of the Year because he's a liability when it comes playoff time. He get Defensive Player of the Year because he play all these subpar fucking teams and get 80 fucking blocks and 80 fucking rebounds. But when he got to play against night in and night out against a Denver Nugget team, a night in and night out against an OKC team, he disappears. And if you supposed to be the Defensive Player of the Year, why the fuck are you getting picked on? I didn't see him be the Defensive Player of the Year, and they do pick and rolls on a consistent basis to get him in the pick and roll situation. Now they say, well, he's a big man. He shouldn't be away from the basket. Well, why are you the Defensive Player of the Year if you're one-dimensional? When you got guys that can do it all. That's how I look at it. If you got guys in the league that can do it all at a higher level, how do you keep giving the Defensive Player of the Year to a guy that only performs well against lower tier teams that don't have that? And I ain't saying you got to go to the Joker and stop the Joker, or you got to go, but he's basically a liability when it comes playoff time. He's a lot. You got to take him out the game, just like in the Olympics. This dude played 5 minutes a game in the Olympics. How are you the only NBA player on the team? You playing 5 minutes, bro? Like, come on, man. So I don't think they can do it this year. I think that they'll win a playoff series, but I don't think they get past because too many teams at the top that I think are better. At least I know 3 for sure that are better than Minnesota, and they would have to be in that top 4 to I mean, they had to win 2. They had to be one of those teams that I don't think they can to get to the Western Conference Final, and they won't do it. So I got Minnesota as a pretender this particular season. But yeah, that's our thing when it comes to basketball. We'll talk more about that, but we got college basketball. I won't make mention of the game that's going on right now. Can somebody give me a score check between Louisville and North Carolina?
I'll check it out for you. Hey, I'll tell you what, that Spurs Detroit game is real good, man. It's halftime right now. That's a good game.
Carolina up 9.
They up 9. And like I said, I would talk about the Detroit game. We did talk about that earlier. We did pick the teams in that one. But we got a game tonight of epic proportions, guys, in college basketball. We got 2 guys that's going to possibly go in the top 5 of this year's draft. And we got the number 5 Houston Cougars at 23-4. It's going to be hell going up to number 14 Kansas trying to win in that stadium. Kansas is 20-7. Look like your boy Peterson is playing more minutes. But we know what Kingston Flemings is all about. Young Chris, man, who do you got in this matchup in the Big 12? This could maybe decide who wins the Big 12.
I have Houston this game. I do think Houston will bounce back against I'm not mistaken, they lost against Arizona not too long ago.
Yeah, yesterday, Sunday.
I do think Kingston Flemings will lead the Houston Cougars to a win today. Now get this Darren Peterson. He will be playing more minutes. He played 30-some minutes more. Well, he played more than 30 minutes last game against Cincinnati. So hopefully we see that again tonight because I just want to see him on the court more because I love seeing him play. I do think he's the consistent number 1 overall pick when he's out there on the floor. But I do think Houston will take the game tonight.
Okay. What do you think, Don?
Both coming off a loss. Both of them need to play hungry. I think Peterson's actually going to play the whole game, but I just like Kansas at home. If it was at Houston or neutral site, I like Houston better as a team. but I just like Kansas at home. I can't see them getting beat up on 2 times in a row at home. So just tonight, big game. I'm gonna go with Kansas at home.
Okay. What do you think, so?
Normally, Kansas is unbeatable at home. They are a good basketball team at home. They're hard to beat. But that loss they had against Cincinnati, man, I do believe Cincinnati's only won like maybe 15 games. I think they're like 15-12 or something this year. They're pretty bad. And who you can't trust Peterson. He might check himself. He might, I hit 25. I'm good. I don't want to play no more. So you can't trust the kid. So I'm going to go with Houston. I think Houston lost the last couple of games. They lost to Arizona, which is no shame in that. They're very good. And they also lost, I think they lost to Iowa State. I'm sorry. I think Iowa State beat them also. 2 tough losses, but I think they bounce back and get a win today.
Yeah, man, I'm going to go with Houston. I know, like, I agree. It's hard to go into Fieldhouse to win a game. And I don't care how good or bad Kansas is playing. They have one of the best home court advantages in all of college basketball. But if anybody is going to beat a team on the road, it will be a team that's built like Houston's built. Their defense is tremendous. I think they got one of the top 5 defensive teams in all of college basketball. They got what's his name? Struger. I think he's gonna be. I'm saying his name wrong. Trugger. What's the kid from Houston?
I think it's Strugger.
Strugger.
Yeah,
I think he's probably gonna be the defensive player of the year in the Big 12. Him or the kid from Kansas, Flory. He may win it, but I think that Kingston Flint. It's not just all about Kingston Flemings with Houston. Though. I think they got Sharp. Emmanuel Sharp is a veteran on that team.
Yeah,
he's taking big shots. He's made big shots. And he's going to be that X factor. And they got another sensational freshman over there with Chris Kent. Was it Kente? Is that his name?
Kente, yeah.
Kanat. That's another guy that's going to be a lottery pick. So I think Houston has more than just Kingston Flemings. You know, he's fabulous. I think that Houston goes in there and Calvin Sampson gets a victory on the road, which would be huge for them to get on the one line when it comes to the top 4 picks in the tournament. I think you want to be a number 1 seed this year. I don't think you want to play around and be a 2 or 3 seed. I think it's just going to be too difficult to win a championship with all these great teams in college basketball. So you want to get on that one line, guys. You want to get an easier path to get to the Final Four because it's going to be people coming with haymakers, man. It's so many dope teams in college basketball. But I like Houston to win this game on the road.
I dove into this Peterson stuff a lot too. I had to. Something really came back. It's a lot. Dude is real demanding. Like it's a lot. Like far as it's an AAU team around here is from Ohio. They're they don't even know about their jerseys and sponsorship because it's not going to last all the way through the summer because I guess they're signed with Adidas now, but Nike offered them a bunch of money and he's like basically he don't know who he's going to sign with going to the pros. But what I didn't know is, I guess Adidas is saying we already gave your dad the check because I guess last year before he signed to Adidas, which is why he went to Kansas because it's Adidas school. It was a deal with the shoe deal, and they saying that basically he told them, my dad got to have this X amount of money for me to sign with them also. So they gave his dad that, and it's just a lot going on with it from a business standpoint, and it's not even really a basketball thing.
Okay. Real quick before we move on to our NFL portion, because we got a couple things that happen in the NFL world. It's crazy. They're on the back burner. So on sports, I'm gonna ask you this question, go around the horn. If you had opportunity to draft these particular guys, Kingston Flemings or Darius A. Cup Jr., who are you selecting? Who is the better player?
Oh man, Flemings, he's a good floor general. I think he needs to work on his defense. Man, I'm still gonna go Fleming though over A. Cup.
Okay. I know it's kind of gonna be a little biased, young Chris, but because you know him, who you got, Kingston Flemings or Darius A. Cup Jr.?
It's very interesting between the two because I think A. Cup Jr. is right there with Peterson with being with the one of the best scorers in the whole entire nation, and he's not getting the recognition that I think he deserves. But if I say for all around game, it would be Kingston Flemings. I think he's a very on ball, active defender and off ball too. He's always active defensively. That just comes with being coached under Sampson down in Houston. If you're a guard, if you're a forward, you're going to be active defensively, and that's exactly what he is. He's one of the best forward generals in the whole entire nation as we speak. His first step is ridiculous, and his bounce, man. How long he can stay in the air and able to maneuver and make those passes mid-air and in this in between game, man, that 12 to 15-foot range shots that he be taking from mid range is butter. So I'm gonna take Kingston Flemings over Darius Acuff, but not by much though.
Okay, what do you think, Dom?
I'm gonna go with A Cuff, man. Dude, really, I just feel like he could play both guard spots, and he's a phenomenal scorer. And I just look at what a lot of Calipari's guards do in the league. I don't know if they're coming in to his programs with that type of will already be in that, or he's preparing them that much to be that good in the NBA. But I'm gonna go with the Calipari guard over Fleming. But Fleming is top tier. I like Fleming a lot, but I would take A Cuff over him personally.
Yeah, this one right here is like splitting hairs, but I think the reason why I would go with Acuff over Fleming's, I think that his body style, I think he's more NBA ready. I think he's a compact guard. He looked very strong. We seen a game, he took a loss, but he scored 49 points, and that's because the team only, and this when they played Alabama, the team came into the game with only 8 players that was supposed to even play, and 2 of them fouled out. So they was playing guys that weren't even supposed to be on the court, and he scored 49 points in double overtime, and I don't think he only sat down, I think 2 minutes the whole game. Kingston Flemings have had it a little bit easier because he has a lot more talent around him at Houston. But I think that both of these guys are going to be tremendous. Whoever you get, you're not going to go wrong. But if I was a GM of a team, I would go with A-Cup immediately if that was what I had to do. Eagles Philly said, do y'all watch female college basketball? What do y'all think about LSU female basketball players' mom saying about South Carolina because they own 18 games against South Carolina since Don Staley been the head coach. I didn't really see what they said. I followed, of course, we cover female basketball, college basketball. I didn't pay too much attention to that, so I couldn't even give you what was said. I try to stay away from what parents say and keep it on the court for the most part, man. I don't like to get into that. That's entertainment, sports, and that's not what I do. I kind of try to keep it to the numbers. So if y'all, I don't know if y'all heard about it. I don't get into
that. I hadn't heard about it.
No.
But yeah, last but not least, before we get to the NFL portion, young Chris, we got another matchup. I say Cam Boozer from Duke, the number 1 team in the country, or Caleb Wilson from North Carolina. Who would you take first?
I'll take Boozer again. Would you say earlier? You said Acuff is more NBA ready body wise. I think Boozer is that body wise too. Pause. But I do think Boozer is more built. He of course he could put on more pounds, but I think if you put him in the NBA right now, he could be a productive player. Caleb Wilson is a little more skinnier side, a little more finesse. His game could translate well, but he's gonna get bumped off of spots more because he doesn't weigh as much. I think Boozer, his game is more potent, and I think the way he plays is perfect for the way he's built. So I'm gonna take Boozer.
Okay, Donna, what do you think?
You know my answer. Caleb Wilson every day and twice on Sundays. I just feel like he's head and shoulders better as far as the NBA than Boozer. And when I watch him move and run back next to guys, he's like, you could tell like sometimes it's like a Lamborghini next to an Impala. He's a next level athlete, and sometimes you can see it when you see certain guys next to each other. But Boozer is like a complete player. So like you said, you can mold him and he can be something like right now. Like I believe if he go to a team like a lot of people said, like he probably go to like the Pacers, he'd be really good with them like today. But I think that Caleb Wilson could be a star with somebody down the road. But I would personally take Caleb Wilson all day.
Okay. Who do you think, Solon Sports?
I'm gonna go Boozer, man. Boozer already looked like a 4 or 5 year NBA vet, and with a 3-pointer. I mean, he's got it all. He's ready, like my son said. I think he's ready for the NBA now. I think whatever team drafts him, they're gonna get themselves a good player. I think, man, this draft is deep. But I'm gonna go Boozer though.
I'm gonna go Caleb Wilson because I thought Caleb Wilson could be the number 1 pick of this year's NBA draft, even over Peterson and even over Dubansky, because I see the way that he's versatile. He can play 3 different positions. Yeah. And he looks to me like, I know y'all don't, I think he's better version, but he reminds me so much of Jaren Jackson Jr., the way his body style is, the way that he defends. He can shoot the ball. I've seen him hit big shots. Boozer is a guy that's going to be good. Like you said, if he goes to an Indiana Pacers team, who only reason why they're bad is because their best player is not playing, he goes right into that where he plays with a point guard like Halliburton that's going to get him in his sweet spots. But I think Caleb Wilson is I would take him better because I think that Cam Boozer plays under the basket way too much for an NBA game. He doesn't have that explosiveness. I've yet to see him dominate when guys are taller than him. He always seems to dominate when guys are shorter than him. When he go to the NBA, everybody's going to be pretty much taller than him if he's going to play the power forward position. I don't think he's fast enough to play the 3. He's going to have to play the 4. He's going to be just like his dad. Nothing wrong with going 19-9. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But I think Caleb Wilson could be a guy that can score 25 and 8 in the NBA level. So I would take Caleb Wilson.
Y'all got to check out Jalen Rose saying that this the draft class is overrated.
It might be. And I was going to say that. I think it could be overrated now that I got to thinking about it. Because I watched A.J. Dubansky play. I think he's a fantastic talent. But I'm like, he's getting every shot. When he gets to the basket, he's like kind of trying to be stronger. I haven't seen him do a lot of winning since Richie Saunders had been out, which I think was a best pure scorer as far as from on the perimeter. I don't know. I'm not saying he's not going to be good, but I think we may be overhyping him up because they're playing so well now. We got to see in about 5 years. We'll come back.
Yeah, but you know what? What's different is about this class, all the players we're talking about are all freshmen. They still trying to figure out who they are as players for the most part. Yeah. So they games might not be refined like you want them right now, but I think these kids I'm not saying they're going to hit on all of them. All of them not going to be great players, but I could see possibly 3 or 4 of them being really good NBA players.
One more question that I have is that I did see a video not too long ago saying that one of the analysts, I think on Fox, if I'm not mistaken, said that if Cooper Flagg was to come out this year, he wouldn't be the number 1 overall pick. And I think that's not true. Now, get this, he did reclass 1 year ahead, so he didn't again drafted, of course, 1 year ahead of them. But I do think Cooper Flagg, if he was to come out this year instead, he'll probably be number 1 overall pick too. I personally do think that.
And we wouldn't even know how good he is because he would still be on the same team as with Cam Boozer. So I mean, we would be splitting hairs. They'd be splitting shots, just like I was trying to say to Mike. Not saying Jaylen Brown is not a fantastic player and having a fantastic year, but he's doing it minus taking the guy that take the most shots on the team and Tatum. That got to matter at some point. It has to matter. But yeah, let's get to the NFL, man. Before I get you guys out here, I know we got a lot to talk about because we ain't been on here. We're gonna try to condense it, but we're gonna talk NFL. We could. And Donald, the Colts are in talks with Daniel Jones to get a long-term contract with the Indianapolis Colts. Do you think that is a smart decision to do? Once again, he did not finish the season due to injury, but do you think this is the move that's going to pay dividends for the Indianapolis Colts?
I mean, yeah, I believe that if you believe in your guy, pay him. So I believe they've seen a lot that they could believe in him. They won with him early, so I think they got a lot to build on, and that's just their guy. So I do think you pay him before you risk him coming back next year and being even better, and then you're going to pay him even more. So if you believe in him, go ahead and pay him.
Okay. So what do you think about the Indianapolis Colts are in talk with Daniel Jones? He's coming off of a injury. We don't even know he's going to be ready for the start of the season. Do you think this is a good thing to do long-term deal with Daniel Jones?
I would do a 3-year deal, only guaranteeing 2 of them. That's what I would do. Because like you said, Jody, he won't be there beginning of the season. I think he popped his Achilles. I don't see him being there beginning of the year. That young rookie quarterback they got from Notre Dame played pretty decent. Right. He played decent in cleanup, but they didn't win any football games. But they're gonna think they can. You know how NFL teams are. We're running back because he was playing decent when Jones is out there, so they're gonna run it back. They'll probably give him a 2-3 year deal. That's what I would do.
Okay. Young Chris, what do you think about this? They in talks with Daniel Jones. Is it the right move to give him a long-term contract?
No. If I was them, I'd do a low-risk, high-reward contract. Now, of course, that's not what Daniel Jones gonna want to see because he thought that starting off with the Colts, he did play well for the first part for the Colts, like the first couple of games, played very well for him. Then, of course, down the line when he towards the end where he got hurt, he kind of started shaking a little bit, started playing like the Danny Pennies, like how we used to seeing him play. But I do think that the Colts don't need to give him a long-term contract. They possibly need to go back to Anthony Richardson or Rodney Leonard, or possibly if they like one of these quarterbacks coming out the draft, go get them if they'll possibly like them. But I want to give Daniel Jones a long-term contract. Me personally, no.
Man, y'all know what the hell I'm going to think. I will franchise his ass and see if he can do it again. This guy has yet to have any success. Did he play well a couple games? Absolutely, he did. I mean, but for me to go ahead and jump off the Daniel Jones is Danny fucking Pennies, I'm going to always call him Danny Penny till he fucking do something. Because guess what? He got hurt last year. Guess what? Your best ability is availability. We can't talk about this guy over here, talk about how bad Tua is if he's out, but then we're going to say, oh, well, Daniel Jones is good when he plays. Guess what? It's a lot of players that's good when they play. Joe Burrow is good when he fucking plays, but guess what? Joe Burrow ain't never on the goddamn field. So that's the same thing with Daniel Jones. This ain't the first time he went out due to injuries in his career. This is not the first time he ended the season on the IR. So, and then he didn't have much success with the New York Giants. He didn't have any success with Minnesota. I don't even think he suited up with Minnesota. And he had a couple of good games with Indianapolis. He did. He had a couple of good games, guys. But are we paying guys multiple year deals off of a couple good games? So guess what? Let's see if you can do it again. Let's franchise you, and let's see if you can do it again. Now, if you do it again, then you sign him. This is what the Minnesota Vikings should have did for Sam Darnold. They should have signed him for, okay, if you think it's a fluke, run it back. And then if he did, give him a long-term deal. If he don't, get rid of him. But I am not giving him a multi-year deal because he did that before. We seen this song and dance with New York. They gave him a 5-year, $165 million deal, and he wet the fucking bed. Go ahead, Dom.
No, I was something popped on my screen.
Yeah, but I would say franchise tagging is going to be very expensive because you got to give him basically top tier quarterback money. Because if you franchise a quarterback, he's probably going to be making about $50 million a year. Because you got to get top 5 of your position. I would say just give him a 2-year deal with a 3rd-year option. That way, if it don't work out, hey, you can kick rocks.
How much money? How much money?
For 2 years.
Well, hold on. Chris, I'm gonna let you go to. Maybe don't do the franchise. Do a transitional tag where you don't have to pay him. And if a team picks him up, they got to give up 2 first-round picks. I would do a transitional tag. Just like they did Lamar Jackson that a couple years ago. They gave him a transitional tag, but if somebody would have picked Lamar Jackson up, they would have had to give up 2 first-round picks. And if you can get 2 first-round picks of Daniel Jones, that'll be the move. Go ahead, Chris.
Now I just want to ask. So, how much money would you give Daniel Jones if it was a 2-year guaranteed? That 3rd year would be option. How much money would you give him a year?
I'd be willing to give. Well, it's quarterbacks we're talking about. I'd be willing to give him between $30 and $35 million a year. I mean, that's good money. That's low money for a quarterback nowadays.
But this is the guy that got 1 playoff win. I mean, and I understand.
Well, Sam Darnold didn't have any before he got there.
And that playoff win wasn't with the Colts.
Sam Darnold on a team full of his defenses. I don't think the Indianapolis Colts defense is as good as Seattle's fucking defense. And I don't think
that's true.
And Daniel Jones ain't got a Jackson Smith and Jigma to throw to either.
But he does have a really good O-line. That's one thing he can lean on. He has a really good O-line.
A great running back too.
Yeah, he does have a really good running back. And I get this. I don't see Alec Pierce being the number 1 and
he's gonna be gone. He's leaving.
To go where?
Yeah, free agent.
Yeah, free agent.
Oh, he is good, yeah. But because do the Colts have the 1st-round pick this year?
Yeah, no, they traded it. They traded for Sauce.
You're right. For Sauce Gardner, and Sauce Gardner really. I'm not sure about that trade.
He got hurt too.
He did, yeah. So the Colts have allowed him to play this offseason, man. They do have allowed him to play.
Go ahead, Doc.
I just believe that whatever they're seeing, they see the guy more than we do in practice or whatever the case. I just believe if that's who you believe in, you pay him. I don't understand where teams be like, we want him, but we're not going to pay him. And then you put yourself in a worse situation because now the money might go up. If he's willing to accept something and you believe in him, then just pay him. Now, whether you believe in him or not, that's a different story. But if you believe in your guy, you need to, I believe, lock him up lock him up before, because that quarterback market goes up every year and you'll end up paying something crazier. So if you believe in him, just pay him.
But I mean, do you believe in him because he won a couple games? What he win? 8 games?
That's their franchise's decision. Now, I won't say I believe in them or you believe in them. That's a different story. But the people making the decisions there, they if they were talking about it, they must believe in them.
That's why I say give him a transitional tag. It's similar to the franchise tag, and let's see if he can do it again. Let's see if he can do it in a full season. Let's see if he can actually finish the season not on IR. That's if I'm paying money, and that goes for any business. You want to see if what you pay, you're getting dividends from. And Daniel Jones have yet to pay anybody dividends on nowhere he's been. That's all I'm saying. And I know people are because you don't like him. No, I'm just going with the facts. I didn't say nothing. I didn't lie about it. That one thing I'm not gonna do is lie about a player. He got 1 playoff win. He done finished a couple seasons on IR since he's been in the league. Maybe 3 total. Maybe it's his 3rd time he ended up on IR at the end of the season. So. I mean, if y'all want to go waste your money, throw your money away, go ahead. I think that you just be safer. And if anybody ever wanted to, because I don't think nobody beating Daniel Jones' door down to come get him. That's all I'm saying. Eagles Philly said, I will call Arizona and go and get Kyler Murray. Okay, that's interesting.
But the thing is, you got to think the Colts, they'll pay somebody off a couple games. They use the number 4 pick on a couple games. So they don't need much. They don't need much to make a decision.
I think it's when they go in, and if you do sign it, even if you do sign, I think that they're not going to even have the quarterback open. They're not going to have the quarterback competition open. So it's basically like we're going to write Anthony Richardson off, which I think is bullshit because Daniel Jones was in New York, and remember that was my major complaint with him. And it wasn't his fault. It was a New York organization. They never brought a quarterback in. They never drafted a quarterback. But it's like certain quarterbacks, if you don't perform up to the expectation and the time they want you to, they bringing guys in, and it might be way too early. I don't see Daniel Jones have never had. If you think about it, Daniel Jones have never went into camp not being a starting quarterback until last year with the Colts.
But Anthony Richardson does have. We all know he has amazing talent. I think he needs to leave Indy. I'm not saying his career is over. I don't think he's going to ever be the starting quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts. If anything, he needs to go somewhere else and in the locker room when people they still going to bring up that him quitting, him tapping out of the football game. I think he needs to go somewhere else and get his name back right. That's what I think.
Like where? What team?
I think he's cooked.
Maybe I can see. Oh, shit. Maybe Arizona. They're going to need a quarterback.
So you think for him to swap?
Yeah, I can see Arizona would be a spot for him to go.
I mean,
or maybe go somewhere.
I
would love for him to go be to learn. Get some more grooming. Go be the backup in the 49ers. That's always a good spot. You go there and get some good quarterback coaching, and then go somewhere else and get you a spot. I look at it like that.
Now he's going to keep Mac Jones though, right? Ain't they going to keep Mac Jones?
Yeah, they keep.
Yeah,
it's some bad quarterback play in the league. So
it is.
It's some bad quarterback. I think this is the worst quarterbacks ever played.
I agree.
You said the worst.
I wouldn't say that.
I definitely
say
agree.
that now.
Probably since the 70s. Probably since the 70s. This is the worst quarterback play. But even in the 70s, they had Roger Staubach and Terry Bradshaw. So
it's like 5 really good ones, 5 in the middle, and 20 was like, hey man, you can get off my team.
Like I said, man, we expect too much of these quarterbacks, bro. They got for some reason since they make all the money, we think they have to be the best player on the team. That's not always true. I think they're definitely quarterbacks.
So this is the issue I got right here, though. I told you I judge quarterbacks differently now. If you're gonna give Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold a million fucking years to develop, then why are we gonna say Anthony Richardson can't develop?
I'm not saying they can't. Just need to do it somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And what about we can't say the 49ers, they didn't even give fucking Trey Lance a chance. They got rid of Trey Lance and didn't even know if he could play or not.
Well, that nigga's been on 4 teams and still ain't got no job.
But he the backup, he behind Justin Herbert. I mean,
I think he's third string.
But then also
second.
But then even on that, we talk about Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson is younger than like 6 starters in the NFL, and he's been in the league 3 or 4 years. So let this guy actually go out there and fucking develop. And I think with the Indianapolis Colts not having the Super Bowl caliber team, I think they might have fucked themselves up. They got rid of their first round pick to go get Sauce Gardner, which I think Sauce Gardner is fantastic. But I think that you get rid of him. I think you should have took some losses and let Anthony Richardson play and see what you really got out of Anthony Richardson, and then moved on from that. But now Indianapolis Colts are in a situation they don't win now. What are they gonna do?
I think a lot of times we don't blame the franchises, but we should, man. Sometimes they overdraft these kids. Anthony Richardson hardly played any college football. And you got him to the next thing you know, he's in the NFL. Well, he's got a strong arm. You need more than a strong arm to be a good NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
So he didn't see a lot of defenses in Florida. He didn't play a lot of football. So I think we overdraft these kids and put them in a tough spot and expect everybody to come out microwave ready in the NFL. That quarterbacks, and a lot of times that just doesn't work out.
Sarah Smith, I guess the Tar Heels must have won. She get on here speaking about the Tar Heels. But let's talk about another number 4 pick from a few years ago. Solo Sports, we got the Atlanta Falcons franchise tag tight end Kyle Pitts, 88 catches, 928 yards, 5 touchdowns. He led the team in yards and receptions, played with multiple quarterbacks in that organization. It looked like he's starting to really come around at the tight end position. Do you think it was fair that they franchised him, or they should have gave him a long-term deal?
I agree with the franchise. Hey, he's doing it right. You wait till your contract is up and you play your best football. That's what people do all the time. Time to get paid. I'm going to show you what I can really do. So franchise tag is probably right. He just haven't – maybe he was another guy that was overdrafted. Maybe they haven't been using him right. Maybe where your old coach go in there, maybe – who are the fuck going to be the quarterback in Atlanta? No one knows that. But maybe I think franchise tagging was probably the right decision.
See, that's crazy because he had his best 2 years. his rookie year with Matt Ryan and his other best year this year with Kirk Cousins. Neither one of those guys are on the roster. Well, Matt Ryan's in the front office, so I don't know.
He might suit up.
He might suit up. Maybe that's their grand plan to do. We seen fucking Phillip Rivers get signed, so why couldn't Matt Ryan do it? Young Chris, what do you think about that? Franchising Kyle Pitts, or potentially should they gave him a long-term deal?
I don't see nothing wrong with it, but of course they're gonna have to give tight ends. They're gonna have to give them top end money, but tight ends don't make $60 million a year. So this is a kind of a smart move for him to make. Next year, let's see if he can put up around these same numbers, because most likely the quarterback play in Atlanta is not gonna be good again next year. So if he can put up around these same numbers, then he can start demanding top 5 tight end money and get like a 3-4 year deal. But I do think this is a good move for both sides. I do think that.
Okay, Donna, what you think?
I wonder, did they only say we'll give you this, or was we willing to offer him a contract and he didn't agree to it? So it was like, okay, we'll just show what you can do this year. But I'm never against a franchise tag, because you make when you make a franchise tag, you make at the top of your at the top pay of your at your position. So at the end of the day, a franchise tag is not bad as long as you can prove. I don't like the franchise tag for him with the uncertainty at the quarterback position, because my numbers may not be the same. And I know how sports work. And when you up for money, they don't hesitate to devalue. So don't be surprised if they just feed Bijan. Which Bijan is great. They feed him every time, and Kyle Pitts don't even get plays drawn up to go to him. That's the only tricky thing about the franchise tag. But it's okay if you can go out and get a fair opportunity to prove yourself.
This is my thing. I think Atlanta is dropping the ball. I think you should have signed him to a multi-year deal. I think if you look at it, he's been there for 5 years. He had 2 really good years at the tight end position. His first year, he had 1,000 yards receiving at tight end, but he only had 1 touchdown. This year, he had close to 1,000 yards. Now, the other 3 years was not up to par. But I think that you struggle at the tight end. Tight ends don't just come in and dominate the game. Everybody's not Travis Kelce. I think that you have found a formula. I think Kyle Pitts has finally found his footing. He's only 25 years old at the tight end position. I think you sign him because what you can potentially do is do what Donald just said. Victor Cruz said it best. He got on the Breakfast Club and told him they limit his numbers, so it looked like he wasn't a good player. And then when he went to the market, he didn't get any value. That can happen to Kyle Pitts, and we see that he has the talent. So 2 out of 5 years, he produced at a high level at tight ends. Let's keep it real. This year was a high level. 88 catches, 928 yards, 5 touchdowns for a tight end is absolutely outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
So my thing is, they're going to fuck around and find out, and it's going to be a team like Kansas City who was in transition at the tight end, and they want to win now. They'll fuck around and find a way. And if you franchise it, I think you still make a run at him. Kansas City don't give a fuck about their picks. They want to win with Patrick Mahomes. They know Kelce is going. If he does come back this year, this might be his last year. I think they'll fuck around and give up a first-round pick just to go get fucking Kyle Pitts. I would lock him up and not let any team come in, because we know that Kyle Pitts, we've seen that he can play football. We've seen it. I was very skeptical on him, but we've seen that he can play football. Why leave him out there to chance and fuck around, and then he don't have a good year like Donald said numbers-wise, and then you let him walk for nothing?
I think Kyle Pitts is a good player, but I think to be an elite level tight end, I think he's got to start blocking more. I think that's probably the weakness of his game. He doesn't. I don't know if he doesn't like to block. He's not good at it, but the best tight ends in the NFL also block. They're like glorified offensive linemen. I guess that's part of the game. I think that's the weakness in his game. He's gonna have to improve on.
It was kind of a part of the scheme, because when Kyle Pitts coming out of Florida, he was looked at as this receiver that's built like a tight end. And his blocking wasn't put on the resume. His blocking wasn't put as draft this tight end top 5 because how good his blocking is. The Falcons used him as a receiver, basically. He didn't do no type of chip blocking. He didn't do no type of lead blocking, nothing like that. So what you're saying is true. If you want to be a all-around true, really good tight end in this league and always have a spot in this league, George Kittle can have 0 catches in the whole entire game and have an impact as how good of a blocker he is. And if Kyle Pitts is able to add that to his game, next thing you know, he's getting big contracts, because even if he ain't catching, he's blocking at a very high rate. So I do give a check on that. So
is that really fair to say that he can't block when you got a running back that ran for over 1,500 yards?
I won't say he can't block, but I'll say that He's definitely not known for. I'll say that he's definitely not known for being a really good blocker. And I'd say that if he's able to become one of those big names when it comes to really good blocker, then he'll probably be getting more money on his contract if he's able to do both at a very high rate.
Did Bijan have 1,500 yards rushing?
He had about 1,500 yards rushing, didn't he?
Scrimmage.
Imagine if Kyle Pitts was blocking, he'd have 1,700.
But we Donald, we know that the Atlanta Falcons are not a very smart organization. Can we call it what it is? They're not a very smart organization. They have not. I know I'm a Cleveland fan, and people are like, well, Jody, look at the Browns. Yeah, we haven't made good decisions either, but we know Atlanta ain't made none either. At least Cleveland have been to the playoffs twice since Atlanta have been once. So anybody out there, shut the fuck up. I'm just playing. But the thing about it is, this is another situation where why get rid of Kirk Cousins when you had your best season from this tight end. Now Kirk Cousins is a free agent unless y'all plan on trying to re-sign him after you cut him, which is fucking stupid. You don't know what Michael Penix Jr. gonna do. And we know Bijan. Guess who up for a contract next? Bijan Robertson. He's gonna be looking for a contract, guys. So what you gonna do the same thing with him and try to franchise him? I know didn't London just get paid?
Yeah.
I don't know if he got his deal yet.
I think Drake Ledder might have got paid. I could be wrong though.
But and if he didn't, I would sign Kyle Pitts now to make sure that he got paid. So that's where I'm at with this, man. I think that they dropped the ball on this from franchising him. I think that you should have kept Kirk Cousins and let Kyle Pitts go out there and ball out. I think in this division, we know there's no disrespect to Donald, but the division is subpar. I mean, 8-9, you could fucking win the division with 9 games, and Kirk Cousins, I think, can get you 9 games, hopefully with this new coach in place and Kevin Stefanski. So, I don't know. I think they dropped the ball on that one, guys.
Well, do y'all think Drake London is the number 1 receiver on the playoff team? Do y'all personally think that?
I think he can be.
Yeah, he's got the talent.
He got the ability.
Now let's see who's gonna be throwing him the ball. That's gonna be the thing.
That is a big question. Yeah,
he put up good numbers with Michael Penix at the starting quarterback, but we don't know when Michael Penix is going to be there and how long he's going to be there when he is there. We don't know how long he's going to be healthy. So I just think that Atlanta Falcons already cutting Kirk Cousins and picking up Kevin Stefanski has already let me know that y'all don't want to win shit in Atlanta. That's what this told me. If I'm an Atlanta fan, basically y'all don't want to win shit. Y'all want to get Kevin Stefanski who got eight victories in 2 years, and you cut Kirk Cousins, the guy that got hot down the stretch. That none of that looked like winning shit to me in Atlanta.
You can't trust Captain Kirk, Jody. You can't trust this nigga, man. He's not. He gonna disappear on your ass. You keep him there. Oh, we'll build off what we did last year. He'll come out and throw 5 interceptions in week 1. You can't trust that dude.
So who you gonna play? Who you gonna play quarterback?
I don't know. I'd rather roll with a rookie or somebody else than Captain Kirk.
Did you go get Kyler Murray?
I would consider Kyler Murray. I would consider that brother from the Green Bay Packers.
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis. He's an unrestricted free agent, so you don't have to trade nobody for him. So that would be interesting too.
So what's different? I mean, Malik Willis ain't done much winning in this league. Even the games that he played,
he ain't had no real opportunities.
He has had no real chance with the Titans either. He didn't have no real chance.
But in Green Bay, when he did play, he fucking lost. Y'all forgot he lost.
He
played good.
Played well.
But he lost.
I mean, yeah, but like you can't win every game too.
He didn't win none. He didn't win any.
I'm saying only thing that matter is you play well. You can't determine everything else.
He don't play DB.
But we talking like Malik Willis had came in and all of a sudden he was playing like gangbusters. Did he play well? Yes, he played very well in that system with great wide receivers and a good offensive line. But to sit up here and pay, because whoever getting, he's not gonna go to Atlanta unless he's going for a big deal. Wherever he goes, they're gonna give him a big deal. Like he's not gonna go. Remind me of y'all. He remind me of Matt Flynn with the Green Bay Packers. Remember Matt Flynn played good like 2 fucking games. Got the start, got the big money, went to Seattle, and didn't even play it down because Russell Wilson beat him out in his rookie year.
I actually think that he's going to end up in Arizona because his coach, Matt LaFleur's brother, is coaching Arizona. So I got a feeling that's where Malik Willis is going to end up in Arizona.
And I'm not debating with you on, so that could be true, but you already got a high-paid quarterback there, Kyler Murray, that you got to get rid of first.
Yeah.
I think Jacoby Brissett is just as good as Malik Willis if you let him play. What are we doing? You're gonna bring Malik Willis in like he's the franchise guy because what Malik Willis is looking for, Donald, he's looking for franchise money.
He's not going to get he's not going to get $50-60 million a year as a quarterback. He's not going to get that.
What would you consider big money, Jody? Like for Malik Willis, what would you consider big money?
If he makes anything over 30 million, I'm scratching my fucking
That's
head.
not big money for a quarterback, though.
That is big money for a backup, but he was just he didn't play a lot of games last year. That's big. If he able to get more than 20, that's a lot.
Yeah, but a quarterback, he gonna get way more than that. He's quarterback.
But he didn't play 5 games. That's the
it don't
thing.
matter. He
lost all of them.
He's a quarterback. He's a quarterback. That's only people care about is quarterbacks now. It's built on quarterbacks, so he's gonna get a lot of money.
I get it, but if you ain't winning shit, I listen. I got to spend my money. And I'm not saying Malik Willis can't be good, but I think we're putting the cart before the horse on some of these guys. And then when y'all get them, then y'all mad because they're not good. They're not good because they probably need a little bit more seasoning. Y'all make some food and you like, damn, it's missing something. Malik Willis probably just need a little bit more time. I'm not saying he can't be good, but he can't go to a bad team and then expect him to be the guy that take you to the next level. He can't go to the Jets. He goes to the Jets, his career is fucking.
No, they don't go there. I would go to Arizona. At least they got. I don't know what they got.
They don't
Arizona.
have nothing.
they got better weather.
Marvin Harrison, Trey McBride.
They got Wilson. Wilson is good. Mike Wilson is really good.
How much money is Kyler Murray making?
About 50-something million.
Yeah, he's 50-something. In the 50s.
I don't think he's that much better than Malik Willis.
That was off potential though. When they gave him that deal, that was okay. This is where you at right now. We think you could be this in the future. I think that's what that contract was based off.
That's how people get paid. Potential.
That's true. All potential.
Take a chance.
But this is the problem. You got to get rid of Kyler Murray to go bring in a contract like that. So now you got to get a taker for Kyler Murray before you can go get him Malik Willis. That's why I don't think Malik Willis, man, I don't know where he lands because he's going to fuck around and go to the Jets and we ain't going to never hear from him again because the Jets are a witness protection place to go. Like you go to the Jets for your career to die because we're never going to hear from Justin Fields again if he stay with the Jets. Like we're never going to hear from him again. So
that's true.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not paying Malik Willis because he didn't. At least Sam Darnold played very well with Minnesota, so I can understand because he only made what $35 million this year, right? Am I correct?
That's about what Malik Willis gonna get.
But that's if Malik Willis get the same Sam Darnold get. At least Sam Darnold won some fucking games in Minnesota. You got to think Malik Willis didn't win shit when he came in relief for Jordan Love.
I'm with you, bro, but I'm just saying that it wouldn't shock me. He gonna get some decent money.
But a question I have regarding with the Falcons. So obviously we know they hired Stefanski as the head coach, and so when it comes to Stefanski, obviously we know he had a lot of controversy with Cleveland. With him, so-called not liking Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel. And like Jody said, he won 8 games the past 2 years. What do you think made the Falcons want to hire Stefanski as their head coach? Like, what do you personally think?
Hold on just a second. We got Jason the Hefty Lefty in the building. Hey, Jason, when is Peanut's next game in the playoffs? I'm gonna shoot up there and check him out. He said Kyler Murray only 5'7". He said he got $30 million guaranteed. He said he's gonna be the USA flag football quarterback in the Olympics.
Gold medal, baby.
Rondo, the number 1 flag football quarterback in the nation.
That's crazy work right there. Rondo was an athlete though. Rondo was a dope ass athlete. He could have played football if he wouldn't play when he went to Kentucky. Now you asking what made us think that Atlanta thought that Kevin Stefanski was a guy?
Mm-hmm.
So, I can answer it first. We go around the horn. I think it was the fact that everybody thought that the reason why Cleveland wasn't winning wasn't because of Kevin Stefanski. I think they liked those. I like that they liked the fact that he stood on business and didn't play Shedeur Sanders, even though that could have saved his fucking job. Even if because Cleveland ended up winning 5 games. I think that's he could have won a little. He maybe won 7 games if he would have started Shedeur Sanders early or put him with some number 1s before everybody got fucking hurt. I think Kevin Stefanski is well respected in the NFL because of his Harvard degree. I'm just gonna be real with you. I think he's well respected because of his Harvard degree. And then when he got 2 coaches of the year, but didn't even win the division. And one time he won coach of the year, he came in 3rd place. I'm a Browns fan, so I know that shit. Donald, what do you think they did it for?
I think that the world as a whole, but everybody besides the Browns, every time I talk about the Browns to anybody, everybody look at them like they suck. So anybody that took them to the playoffs, they feel like he's good. And then he went to the playoffs before the last 2 seasons. So I'm pretty sure a lot of the knowledge he had, he didn't forget. They probably just look at it like he didn't have the roster in the ideal situation to get there.
Okay. What do you think, so?
I agree with everyone saying. I think that people are probably blaming the franchise more than they doing him. Right or wrong, they're saying, well, he won a little bit there, and he probably nailed the interview, which don't hurt. And what you say he look like, Jody? What's the actor you say he look like?
Fake ass George Clooney.
He come and look like George Clooney. They said, give this man a contract. He's sexy.
Hey, that's what Jason said. Kevin Stefanski's a handsome dude. He looks like he can coach. And like I said, he got a Harvard degree. Chris, he got a Harvard degree. That means a lot to people. I don't give a fuck. If you got a Harvard degree, you can pretty much write your ticket in the world. I don't care what the occupation is. If somebody say you got a Harvard, you can have a Harvard degree in basket weaving. You'll probably be the president of the United States.
Little side note, right? I know somebody who married. My dude's wife graduated from Harvard. He went to Holy Cross. She went to Harvard, right? She told us that if you get in Harvard, you don't have to do anything. They said they just don't want to mess up their prestige and say they got people that flunk out, so you don't have to do anything. They'll graduate you anyway.
You got to get in there.
Hey, look at what they did with Mark Zuckerberg. They didn't even want to kick him out for what he did. He basically fucked up their whole fucking internet, and they still didn't kick him out. Like, what do you got to do to get kicked out of that fucking school?
They said they sweep everything up under the rug. They just want everybody to think that they're this big prestige school, which they are. Not saying they're not, but they would rather sweep the stuff under the rug for people to look at them differently than to put you out. So as long as if you can get in there, you're good.
And also, Chris, this is the thing. You know, if you get a seat at Harvard, if you go, let's say your dad went to Harvard, you automatically got a seat at Harvard. So once any of your lineage get a seat at Harvard, everybody has a seat at Harvard.
It's a generation thing, a family thing.
Yeah, it don't matter. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm a graduate of Central State. I don't know why Central State don't do that. If you graduate from Central State, you should let their kids get into Central State, and maybe you will have a better tradition. If HBCUs adopted that same philosophy, I think that you would have a more prestigious. That's just me because I graduated from Central.
I agree.
The world's you know what Central State is?
What's that?
It's a black school. The world's
the
world's not positioned to for people of a certain skin zone to be set up for the future. That's just not what has. But that's just not how it's set up.
Yeah, and we can get in that later. But I really believe that if Central, because I'm alum, and I try to be supportive as I can. But we done had Hugh Douglas, we done had Eric Williams, we done had Vince Buck, we done had guys go to the pros, and for us not to be successful in football and not even name the stadium after any of those players, or we had Kellen Winslow Sr. as the fucking AD, and we still didn't do shit. No. Hey, Sarah said, "Love that shirt, Donald. Way to support your team. Great win tonight." I don't think that's.
Donald brought the Tar Heels. Good luck.
Hey, great show. I'm glad to be back, guys. Man, I'm glad Chris could join us, man. I'm glad everybody back in the fold. Hold on, Jason said, Harvard basketball. Tommy Amaker, horrible hairline.
Oh yeah, his hairline was jacked up, bro.
His hairline was AI before AI.
Yeah, that's crazy work, man. But Donald, man, give me your final thought, man, as we get out of here, man.
My final thought is with college basketball playing like with a lot of freshmen playing, I'm really interested to see are guys going to be more so playing to win or playing for draft stock. So when you're looking at some of these games, start paying attention to if a guy is trying to more so show his own ability or buying more into the team game. Just the thing we got to look at with all these guys being freshmen, a lot of their teams being towards the top. And Duke beat the #1 Michigan Wolverines this weekend. Just I don't know if y'all was in another world or something, but that's just my final thought. I'm just interested to see how the kids are they going to only showcase themselves or more so helping the team win, because it's a big difference in decision making and what they do.
Okay, People Champ is back for his final thought. So I've kind of figured that Sarah Smith must be him, because it's just ironic that he's always there. Where the hell did he go? I don't even see him in the queue.
Where he can stay?
Yeah, I don't even see him in the queue. I thought he was there. Now there you go. All right, good stuff.
Hey,
good stuff.
Hey, fellas.
What's up, bro?
Chris, give me your final thought as we get out of here.
My final thought will be baseball spring training got started already. Games already going on. And the best part that I would like to see, man, is the at bat challenge thing. So obviously, when you're at bat and you thought it was a ball or a strike, the player can obviously double tap on the helmet, and obviously there's a whole ABS system going towards it and seeing if it was a ball strike. I'm all for it, man. I mean, I wouldn't want to completely take away umpires from the game of baseball, but I think implementing that in the MLB, and the MLB doing little things and the pitch and clock trying to speed up the game. Baseball is doing little things to make it more now making it more modern day and kind of getting away a little bit from all the old school stuff and kind of making the game better. So I'm all for it, man. And baseball this year is going to be amazing. Juan Soto, I expect the New York Mets to have a big year this coming up year. The Yankees, we'll see about them, but they are getting Garrett Cole coming back this year. So I do think the Yankees will make some make big noise and end up winning the division over the Blue Jays. So, but baseball is in an amazing spot right now, and I'm all for it and ready for the season to start.
Didn't the Mets get Bo Bichette?
Yeah, but they did get Bo Bichette, and but they did lose Edwin Diaz to the Dodgers though.
That's okay. That's okay. I think Bo Bichette could have won the MVP in the National League, but you know they was gonna give it to Adam Judge. I mean Aaron Judge. I said Adam Judge. Aaron Judge.
The Dodgers are like Tiburon. It was a team on Madden, like everybody was all 99s.
Yeah.
Hey,
Michael, the people champ, man, you're back. I know your Tar Heels pulled out a victory. Give me your final thought before we get out of here.
My final thought is that I'm watching the Kansas game, and now we're in the March. We're about to be in the March Madness, and we're all excited for it. And we got great college basketball. I honestly believe that NIL helps college basketball because guys don't have to try to leave for the pros so early. You've got the kid at Auburn. You've got kids all over the country that kind of came back for another year or can come back and make some money. But this Kansas situation is a problem because Darren Peterson is getting some of the worst advice that anyone could ever give him. And I hope that the last part of this season, somebody is able to get to his team and say, hey, man, he's got to play the last few weeks. Because not only is he fucking Kansas, he's fucking his own stock by not participating in games through completion. And what started out as a little mumble when I said it months ago, I think Soul was in it, and Jody, I actually think you were in on this too. They're like, look, as a coach, I can't coach a team and a guy, I don't know what the fuck I can do with this guy. And Bill Self separated himself a few weeks ago. Then he came back a little bit. But then after that UC loss, we're going to see what happened tonight when they play in Houston. If it's going to be load management, cramps, menstrual cycle, or whatever it's going to be. And then we're going to see. But I don't want the young man to drop in the draft because of this. If they don't want to take him one, I don't want them to take him because they don't think he's number one. Not because they got questions about his character, his toughness, his mental psyche, his team, all of that shit. So I hope it all works out. I'm going to watch this game tonight. He is playing, and hopefully he puts up 28 minutes, something like that, like a normal number one on a college team would play.
You know what's crazy, Mike, is this kid, Darren Peterson, I think that he's good, but I don't know if he's as good as everybody's saying he's going to be. I think he's going to be a very solid player. I just don't think he's the best player in America, whether this is a situation or not. But one thing I will give him credit for, you never hear him say shit. He don't say nothing, his team or whoever talks, but you never hear him say anything.
But, Joe, you remember when Kaepernick never said nothing? It began to negatively impact him because he wasn't saying anything, and everybody else got to paint the narrative about what's going on. Mm-hmm. So I don't like that model. And I don't want that for him. I want him to be seen for who he is as an explosive, electric player. Maybe not my number one because he's a little bit too short when you got DeBansa and Wilson because the other guy is a floor-bound player, and I'm not going to speak on him. But you and the kid from Houston and other kids that are playing well and playing all the time.
Hey, a sneaky person. Don't forget about Braylon Mullins. That kid right there is Con Knipple all over again.
I like A cup, B cups, C cups, D cups. I thought you like. I didn't know you like A cups.
You're a cup guy.
Just my bad. Just a question on that. Do y'all see him falling anywhere lower than 3?
No.
No.
Okay, so if he still can go top 3, this is the thing. I'm just saying, not speaking for as a fan, as a me. I'm just speaking of, just like I said, I dove into some things and knowing his mindset and what he's want to do. Those top couple picks are all eligible for the same contract.
Yeah.
So he's not really if he gets to dropping outside of where those contracts add up at, then he's doing a disservice for himself. But his thing is all about the money. Like they said, or Dovan said, he don't really, basketball is a job to him. It's not really what you see what I'm saying? It's a job. So
Yeah,
if
but
he's
it's a
not
team
losing,
sport though, Donald. It's a team sport though, bro. You can't just be checking this ain't tennis. You can't just be checking yourself out of the game like that.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying it makes you good or bad. I'm saying that he's in it for the most amount of money he can make. So therefore, if he's not losing any money, he's not really losing anything to himself, if that makes sense.
One nigga just quit the team then. Go get ready for the draft then.
No, because if I check out tonight and I want to play tomorrow night, you're gonna put me in the game.
That's why he should quit the team.
Why should he quit the team if he's not losing anything of himself?
He's not being a team player. I don't want you out here if you're only gonna play 12 minutes a night.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying he's not for the team. So what he's doing, he's succeeding for what he wants to do.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And the crazy thing about it, if Darren Peterson was to play 34 minutes a game, Kansas could win the championship.
He got the talent.
Joey, I got a question for Donald. Like, you've been a proponent for this guy doing what he wants to do and fucking everybody else, because that's basically what you said. It doesn't matter about Bill Self, doesn't matter about Kansas, doesn't matter about what anybody else thinks, as long as it's for that. How did you think that this played out for his benefit, the loss to UC, when the team looked totally out of sync, out of rhythm, and totally disconnected? Do you think that boded well for him?
I don't think it hurt him at all. I think that he's going to stay. If he's a top 3 pick, he can get the same money as he was going to get as he was the number 1 pick. So he's okay. It's not like the people that's offering him money with the shoe deals and stuff are taking it off the table. I'm not saying it's right. I would rather not do it. I want to see him play. But me kind of having a little insight on where his mind is, he's doing good for himself. Not saying it's right or wrong, but he's doing good for it. He's not hurting himself, because it's not like he's going to drop to the second round and have to play for the league minimum. It's not like he's going to get shit over.
This will fix everything. Let these motherfuckers go pro right out of high school again.
That's it.
Solo on Sports, give me a final thought.
Final thought, Money Mayweather's running out of money, man. My man damn near 50. Now he's getting ready to fight Mike Tyson in a couple of months. And then in September, he's fighting old ass Manny Pacquiao. I thought Mayweather was short. They showed Mayweather and Pacquiao standing next to each other. Pacquiao must be 4'8". It's crazy. I wish that he wouldn't do this. I know he needs the money. It seems like to me. I mean, all those private jets and all the other stuff that's going on. I think he's finally running out of money. So he's gonna come back and fight. He probably ain't gonna fight no young dudes. He's gonna fight old ass Mike, which is a fake fight. He's gonna fight old ass Manny Pacquiao. He's gonna find some other. Maybe he'll fight Roy Jones after that. I don't know. He's running out of old fighters to fight, but I wish Mayweather would just retire and just do right by his money.
The GOAT could do what he wants. That's all I'm gonna say. The GOAT.
The GOAT of what?
The GOAT of boxing. Could do it. 50 over speak for itself.
The GOAT is Muhammad Ali. What the hell you
doing? 50 over speak for itself. 50 over speak for itself.
Who's the best by the stats? Who beat the most champions? And who made the most money?
Say it again, Donald. Say it again. Say it again.
Champions come at different levels of champions, brother.
I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna agree with Soul. He trying to, who he trying to fight? Motherfucker trying to fight Jake Paul. That motherfucker make a fucking boatload of fucking money. He fought Jake
Paul. I don't think his jaw got back right again. I don't think he ever go fight again.
But Mayweather ain't a heavy puncher like Anthony Joshua. And my thing is, if he fought him, it'll be a major payday. Nobody give a fuck. And then we know it's going to be an exhibition, and it won't really count against Mayweather's record. So maybe that's what they got in the making.
Hey, Jody, you got to make this a topic, because we are at the end of the show today. These two motherfuckers ain't gonna get away with this goddamn goat shit.
Hey, no. We ain't got no Jazz. No, you Jazz. Hey, hold on. You Jazz Warren and got wide open show. You Jazz
But
Warren
we
and got
not
wide
gonna
open show.
just. This ain't just gonna get. This just ain't gonna get this. Like I said,
we can do it. We'll do a freestyle tomorrow, Mike, and we definitely will bring these up because they want to get at you because you said something about LeBron, and then got off the show. So I'm gonna let everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. We do a freestyle. Hey, my final thought actually goes right hand in hand with what Donald was talking about and what Mike was talking about. The NBA are trying to deter teams from tanking. So what they're going to try to do implementing next year, they're going to have when the NBA playoffs, I believe, is going on, they're going to have like a playing game, and whoever wins it gets the number one pick, which I think is a fabulous situation. But what you do is you dilute your brand because now the lottery, which I never was agreement on, the lottery is a bunch of bullshit. I think if you have the worst record in the league, you should get the first pick. And that's why the NFL has so much parity. The NBA tried to do this weak ass shit, and I love my Spurs to death, but we should have not got this many motherfucking number one picks. There's no fucking way. And that ain't why I became a Spurs fan. I became a Spurs fan in '87 when they got David Robertson. But even though they had the first pick in that draft too. But
imagine that.
But I like them
motherfuckers.
The only thing is David Robertson went for Ohio State.
I like the fact that they're gonna do like a play-in tournament, but I think they should take it a little step further. And I think that they should not have a play-in tournament because I think you get more people watching the play-in tournament than you're gonna get watching the NBA. Maybe that may be good for the ratings. And now those teams that can't wait to go to Cancun can't go to Cancun. But if they're gonna do that, guys, you can't just have one and done. You're gonna have to have a playoff series. You're gonna have to have a 3-game playoff series to who get the number one pick. But then according to where you finish is where you get the pick. I would like to see that. I think every team is going to have to play like, damn, we can't go on vacation yet. Nah, because you got to fucking keep playing basketball. But I wonder if that's going to affect the ratings of the NBA playoffs if they do it that way.
So with that,
Jody, what if Michael Oliver Candy is projected to be the number one pick? Like, nah, we're going to go let y'all win.
Right.
Y'all can have that shit.
Nobody give a fuck about that.
That's what I was going to say. If it's a guy coming in that y'all know he's about to take over all the shine on the team, you think we gonna go out here to win this game so we can get him?
But at least they gotta play and it at least look like it. And I think what they're not only are they trying to do that, but they're trying to limit players that are not officially injured. So what they're trying to do, all that load management, I think they're gonna have a official injury. They can't wait till before game time to be like, LeBron ain't playing today. No, they gonna have to tell them like NFL. NFL, when players are not playing pretty much on Thursday. That's what they need to start doing with that because it hurts the betting. I think this will help with betting because if you got players that really got to go out there and fucking compete and play, I don't think they like that because it's gonna be actual motherfuckers like us winning. So,
but the thing about football is 1 game a week. Basketball, you're playing four times throughout the week, so you can't. Okay, you got a game Thursday. You can't say Monday or Tuesday if they're gonna play on it because you never know what happened.
You can tell me the day before. Only time you get away with it if you got a back-to-back. That's the only time you get away with not telling us.
Did y'all see that the owners are saying that they don't tank? Let us just pay for the pick. Say we'll pay $100 million for the top pick right now.
I don't like that bullshit. That's bullshit because it's a salary cap.
Money talks though.
Yeah, my man Coach Gordon in there. He said LBJ stat GOAT. What's good, Coach Gordon? Once again, man, great being back. I am now a grandfather officially. Now, can't believe it, man. Hey, my grandson has some of the biggest hands. I'm calling him Handy because this dude look like he got to knock a nigga out hands, man. So
he got the Kawhi Leonard hands already,
man. His hands are huge, man. I'm like his hands are bigger than his feet. But anyway, I'm your host Jody coming up against the Green Sports Podcast, Uncut, man. We got Donald, the voice of the youth, man. You got a new cousin in the building. Michael, the people's champ, man. Can't wait till tomorrow. We're going to have freestyle tomorrow. We're going to talk a lot. If young Chris can get back, if you ain't got to work, come on back tomorrow. Young Chris in the building. We got Jarrell Solo Sports Glenn all the way from San Antonio, Texas. We got Jason, the hefty lefty, back in the fold. We got Andrew mic'd up. Lester Johnson was back in there. We got Les back in there. And we got Ray more than just a Barbara Lindsay. And guess what? We can't do nothing without Jay Kane and Chef cooking it up in the kitchen. Solo Sports, man, what we doing? Yeah, you're gonna have a rash. Solo Sports, what we doing till tomorrow, man?
We working, baby.
See y'all tomorrow. Peace.